Yo, good evening. Welcome to the Oblivion Show. I'm Joey T.
I am Mr. Dolphin. Yo.
Hey, how's it going? Okay, I think we're live. Can we get a microphone and sound check in the chat, please?
A beer check.
Oh, I've got cake, not beer yet. I haven't eaten. Who we got in the chat? Hey, Killam. Hey, Penta, Aaron, Mo, Robbie.
Sorry, Mr. Tones.
And Tones. There's quite a lot of people in, man.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas indeed. I see that we've got 140 people connected on Facebook. It's probably worthwhile you coming over to YouTube. So get yourself over to the Oblivion Underground YouTube. That's where the high quality stream is. And also, if we get pulled for licensing, it's more likely to be on Facebook. So get your ass over there. How are you, Greg? How's things?
I'm really good, man. Really nice Christmas. Making beats, chilling out. Yeah, having a really nice time. Awesome. It's nice over here. I like it.
Yeah, I prefer it here than in Britain. Honestly. How's the album gone? Because last time
really
I saw
well.
you, we had the show and it was the album launch. What's the latest?
Well, I sobered up finally after the show.
Oh my God, we were wasted on that show.
Just a little bit, right? Yeah, it's gone really, really well. It's last time I spoke to Gareth, he said it's sold out. Pretty much sold out on vinyl. So there's a repress coming.
Like that, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for everybody that bought a copy. But yeah, it's done really well. Feedback's been fantastic. So yeah, I'm really, really happy.
Good, man.
Yeah,
really
good times.
Fucking deserve it, really.
Cheers, dude. Cheers.
Really. Who else have we got in the chat here? Wow, it's kicking off, man. I don't know how many people are on YouTube. Have you got a view on that at the moment?
Yeah.
Hey, Rosie, Dean Devastator, Necrologic Crew's in the house, Prototypes in the house. Who isn't? This is the place to be today.
Mr. Penta.
Yep. Hey, Aaron.
How come Inimu gets a little like blue spanner next to his name?
Because he's the moderator in the chat.
Oh.
Yeah. How many people are on YouTube? I haven't got that open because of my resources.
It doesn't say for me. I have no idea. We've got 4 likes, I can tell you that much.
4.
Oh, 63. There you go. 63 so far.
People over on YouTube. Hey, Liz.
Hey, girlfriend.
Okay. Wonderful. So tonight on the show, we've got a whole bunch of stuff. We've got the results of the poll that we did, the Underground Hardcore poll. We had 4,000 track votes for that, which was quite impressive. So we've got that. We've got a few guests and friends coming in to say hi. We've got Lenny D, which is not something small in itself.
Yeah, big man.
So we've got an interview with Lenny. The interview with Lenny was recorded pre-corona. So it's not live before anybody calls it out. It was recorded a little while back, but it's still fantastic. And instead of playing the whole interview in one big, like 1 hour and 20, we are basically going to break it into chunks, and then we'll do the results of the poll in between. So it's a nice balanced show. So we got that. We got a couple of giveaways and competitions. We've got you, and we've got all of these people in the chat. So what is
party time?
Like? It is party time. This is the end of year party.
Few beers.
Few beers. Cheers, man, and cheers to everybody at home. Here's to you. Thanks for tuning in. Oh my God, my cat's stealing my beer. Go away.
Everybody's asking about what's going on with Prospect.
I don't know. I heard that there was like a terrorist attack on the new offices.
I have no idea. I just know I can't get hold of Gareth at the moment. And I know Kin's
you can normally get hold of him.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and Kin and a few people are pretty pissed for some reason, so I don't know what's going on, but yeah, they seem to have gone like radio silent.
Oh dear. It's all going down in Rotterdam. It's all
in the dam.
Right, well, before we start the show, do us a favour, guys, and share this on all your social medias if you can. Let's get everybody in here, have a nice party. By the way, if I start sounding like I'm slurring my words through the show, I know I was last time, but that was
I definitely was.
But I've got myself in my ear and there's a tiny delay and it makes me want to talk like this. So pre-warning up front. Please share the stream. So first of all, we're going to do a bit of Oblivion PR. And since you're on the show, we want to showcase something. So we did a competition for remix of Theokoles, Death of Theokoles, which went really well, and we got some good entries, and that release will come out soon.
Some great entries, yeah, some great stuff.
It was good, but we didn't hear yet the main man's remix or the VIP, and that's yours, and we've got that now. So
yeah,
the EP is complete. It's 5 or 6 tracks. I can't remember now. Yeah, six tracks on the EP. And we have the Dolphin one to play for you now. And we're going to do a little competition. So we're going to give away copies of the digital release before it's released. And all you need to do is share this stream, like the stream, and subscribe to our YouTube, and hashtag Oblivion Underground. Really easy. So I'm going to play this track. Anything you want to say about it, Greg?
Just a VIP, isn't it? It's like fix the kick drums.
Just a VIP. It's a bit more.
Yeah, just you know, the original is 10 years old, isn't it? So it's like, yeah. Fixed all the kicks, just brought all the levels up, made it all, you know, 2020 production, sparkly, top end, yeah, all the good stuff. So, yeah, I've listened.
Okay. Right, let's whack it on. Enjoy. Remember, guys, share the shit out of the stream, and you can win a copy of this and all the other ones before release date. Without further ado, let's get into it. Here is the Death of Theokoles, Dolphin 2020 VIP. Peace.
Oblivion Underground. Now rise! 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 As you would a man, Theokoles is beyond flesh, beyond blood and bone. He is a shadow that precedes death. Allow him to fall upon you alone, and you are dead. Now rise and come with me as one.
All right, welcome back. I threw my beer all over myself, fist bump.
Yeah, baby.
It's a banger. Fucking A.
Oh, yeah. Cheers, man.
Loved it. What did everybody in the chat think of that? I think it's slammer.
There's some really nice feedback from everyone. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it.
I saw Seb Khaoz Engine jumped in, and Font Contel are in. Industrial Jamie, Yannick. Wow, we've got like 200 people over Facebook and YouTube. Yeah, man. Nice.
Someone mentioned that it was one of the first VIPs I've actually released, which I think is probably true. I never actually put any of them out, do I?
You did the 2018 on Oblivion.
Oh, yeah. I did that
release,
for you.
Actually. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And the Black Gold VIP, Raiders Cat VIP. I do put VIPs out. What is everyone talking about?
Yeah, but you do sit on for a while.
I do. Years sometimes, yeah.
Okay, so...
Play them to death first.
Yeah, indeed. Right, so I guess we should get into some juicy stuff. Don't forget, guys, share the stream. I know I'm fucking going on about it and boring, but please, it's important for us. And don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube and like the stream too. Thank you. Right, so shall we get into this fucking poll thing?
Let's do this, yeah.
Subject of quite some controversy. Some people didn't want to be involved for political reasons. Some people didn't get involved because other people didn't get involved, but a lot of people gave it a really good support, and we're happy with the results. I think it's come out really, really good. And we're looking forward to playing some of it back to you. Yep. So thank you for everybody who got involved. Thank you everyone who backed it. It is a new concept for an underground hardcore poll. It's not supposed to be a contest against any other big polls. It's just our thing, and it's some fun so that we can have a show like this at the end of the year. That's it. It's the top and bottom of it.
Don't let politics ruin good music.
Exactly, man. We're here for fun. At the end of the day.
Yeah, man. It's just a party, isn't it? You know.
Yeah. So, all right. All that said, thank you for everybody for supporting. Thank you for even the people who didn't feel comfortable sharing it, etc., for allowing their stuff to be involved in it. So I understand the shit around it. So all good. Hopefully next year this grows and everybody starts to embrace it a little bit more. Okay, so should we get on to some music?
Let's do this.
Is there anything of... Yep, everyone in the chat basically agrees. Okay, so...
What are you going to do, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to get on to the first track from the Underground Hardcore Poll 20. And I should really be more prepared here. Okay, so drum roll. Have you got a drum roll for me, Greg? At position number 20, we have got Adamant Scream. This breaks my fucking heart. Let's play it. Congratulations, Marlin. This is a great track. Enjoy.
Yeah, big up, Marlin.
Big up, big up. Thanks for loving the chat, guys. We love you. Enjoy. I'm not going to talk all over this.
Single day in a world where the majority of people contributes to the destruction of society, and yet you are sitting here bending over backwards and accusing me of being disingenuous? Bullshit. people with, to the point where they will bend over backwards about the easiest question I could ask. Are people property? Can you beat them?
Awesome work, Marlon. Awesome. Great stuff. Fully deserved to be in there, man. Fully. Can you still hear me, Greg?
Yeah, man.
Great. Yeah, fully deserved. Fully.
Great track. Yeah, Marlon's got. She's. I did a collab with her, didn't I, a couple of years ago? That Flesh and Bone track. I was really not surprised, but like, I was really impressed with the kind of like the musicality of the stuff she brought to her music and stuff. It was really, really nice to work with her. She has great atmospheres. She's got really clever use of samples. As well. She has totally. She's got the vibes. Yeah, she's got the vibes.
She's got the vibes.
But yeah, really nice track. Well deserved to be in top 20.
Everyone in the chat is fully agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, good atmosphere. Somebody's written, remind me of Corn Mumbles. I don't know that.
It's because you're not metalhead.
Yeah, well, yeah, true. Hey, Dini Manufacturer just joined in. What's up?
Whoa.
Yeah, she's a beast. Hey, Rosie. Good evening. Oh, starting with just beer and cake was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat's asking, when's Lion Girl getting released, Greg?
I replied to him on that. It's next year. Funnily enough, I was I'm working on the flip side. Well, I say it's flip side. It's like a club mix because the big Lion Girl remix is like 9 minutes long, and it's hard to play in a club. So I've kind of done a straight kind of club banger, break beats and kicks, and the little melody banging out as well. So I'm working on that today. Actually, it's nearly finished now.
Okay.
But it's coming out next year.
Great. All right. Should we keep moving because this is going to be a long show? Let's get going to the next one, and it is Detest and Satan. Yeah, I wrote Walker there by mistake. It's actually called Walker because it's my name. Whoops. Right, let's get this one in. Congratulations, guys, Dennis and Daniel. Enjoy, everyone in the chat. Let's go.
When we're young, to hate one another, it's time to have a new reign of power. Make pride universal, so no one gives in. Turn our backs on those who oppose. Then when confronted, we ask them the question: what's wrong with their mind? What's wrong with your mind? Walk.
Kicks heavier than the UK leaving the EU.
Those who oppose. Then when confronted, we ask them the question: what's wrong with their mind? What's wrong with your mind? Walk.
big one. Another big track. Daniel, Detest and Satan. What more did you expect, really? Big kicks.
Yeah, man, those big kicks. Yeah, and it sounds like a good collab is like, you know, you really hear the best of both artists, I think. And
Definitely.
you kind of definitely hear Daniel's influence on that, and, you know, Dennis's as well. So, yeah, it's a great
Dennis
track.
is in the
Just
chat.
goes off.
Easy Dennis.
Is he?
Horns up, buddy.
Easy Dennis.
Fucking good release. Someone's asking what label that's on Afterlife. Single release. Good stuff. Feedback in the chat. People loving the metal.
Yeah, heavy kicks.
Yeah.
Like you'd expect.
Demanufacturer. I hope they paid copyright for those vocals.
Yeah, that's how it works in hardcore. Yeah, we all pay copyright money, don't we, to all the original artists?
Yeah. Awesome stuff.
Killer.
Awesome. Feedback in the chat's good. Everybody's loving it. We got 200 people watching. Big ups.
Hey.
Get yourself over to YouTube, guys. I'm going to get sick of saying this, but YouTube's where the high quality streams at, and there's some iffy content later that might get pulled off Facebook. So get yourself to YouTube. High quality audio, high quality video. Let's go.
Are we the iffy content?
What?
Are we the iffy content? Is that what happens?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
We'll be in about an hour.
Start to get drunk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time you say that, I have flashbacks to the last show and watching the video back of me at the end.
Yeah. Speaking of royalties, my old track Ascendus Vernon, the one that sampled Left Field at the start, that ended up being not my version, but the Left Field track was on an advert on British TV, and people keep asking me if I was getting royalties for it because they thought it was my track, whereas I sampled it off Left Field. Anyway,
it's not the first track, Left Field track you sampled.
It's not the first track I've sampled. No, there's been a few. That's what we do, isn't it?
Exactly. Sorry for eating cake. Somebody's saying Joe's already wasted. I'm really not. I've had that much beer. I haven't eaten any food, and I've had that much cake. That's it.
Luke wants to know if one of us is going to be doing a striptease. I assume later,
Luke?
Not now.
Luke?
Stallard.
Yeah,
I don't think Luke producer is interested in seeing either of us naked, to be honest.
He's already seen it.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, we can strip later. If you stay till the end, we have a Q&A at the end, and we pretty much do anything then because we're wasted.
Game on.
Okay, I'm going to move on to the next track. So 2 solid tracks already. Next up, speaking of Luke.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. Big release. The whole release was really good, but this one's great. Love the use of old samples in it and stuff. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking about it. I'm just going to play it.
Bang
Enjoy,
it out.
guys.
Perhaps one of the most interesting words in the English language today is the word fuck. Out of all of the English words that begin with the letter F, fuck is the only word that is referred to as the F word.
Where's the place for me?
Out of all of the English words that begin with the letter F, fuck is the only word that is referred to as the F word. Just by its sound, can describe pain.
We're on a mission, dissing all of the opposition. Sucker DJ, my butt, y'all kissing.
That sound fucking awesome or what?
Oh, not really.
Nice. Yeah, nice bit of early representation for the UK sound. Great track.
I love that, man. I love kind of doing the old vibe in like the modern production and stuff, you know, kind of the old like hip hop Def Champ style.
Yeah.
And bringing all that up to like kind of, you know, modern sound and production stuff.
It's actually
fantastic.
A little bit topical because he samples Lenny in that track as well, and he's on the show. So. Yeah, I love him. The fact that he's grabbed all the old bits and brought them all back to life. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome feedback in the chat. Some active responses in the chat. Good evening, sir.
Yo.
Clem, is that Shovelface in the chat? Easy. Richard Cresswell.
Call him Shovel. Why is he called Shovelface? I used to know a girl called Panhead. Maybe they know each other.
Maybe it's his missus. Clem, if that's you, Shovelface, in the chat, why are you called Shovelface? We're interested to know. Richard Cresswell's in the chat. It's somebody I went to school with. Wow. Okay, that's interesting.
You wanted to see what happened to you in your later years.
Yeah, well, here I am, sat on the internet playing hardcore. It's pretty much the same thing. Big ups, Luke, for that release. Great one. Love it.
Yep.
Outlandish artwork, colour, everything about that is Luke. Fucking great.
Yep.
What's up next? Next, we have a new up and coming person that's come into the fray.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. 2 people, actually. So, without further ado, 17th, Frenesifts and Berzark on Bad to the Bone on Prototype Records. Nice. I think the Prototype guys are in the chat, so big up. Good track. I didn't even know this, and there's some other ones. As soon as I saw it in the list, I put it in my playlist. That's the way it goes, right?
They got all their mates to vote for him, didn't they?
Probably, maybe, but that's the whole point. If you don't share
it, right?
If you don't get people to support you, you don't get in the poll. It's just the way it goes.
Sharing is caring.
Exactly. Yep. Right, here we go, guys. Yeah, man, full on aggression. No storytelling there, Greg. Just fucking kick in the face.
Yeah, fuck storytelling, isn't it? That's just about being hit over the head with a sledgehammer 5,000 times.
Good track, guys. Bad to the Bone, aptly named. Congratulations, you deserve it. And also, Prototypes have been smashing it this year, so it's great to see him in there. Good.
Yeah.
Fucking good.
Props.
Yeah.
Great to see some new blood coming through.
Exactly.
Scene certainly needs more of it.
Yeah, definitely. People complimenting the snare. People who like old sound liking the new sound. Khaoz Engine doesn't like it. What the fuck was that? Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, he's got no taste anyway. Love you, Seb.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, I think that was awesome. And you can say you don't like it, Seb, but if that gets dropped on a dance floor, which I know we haven't been near for a while, but that shit's gonna work. It's power. So it made it into the top 20. What else more can I say? Good.
Yep.
Next.
It's competition time. It's competition time. It's competition time. Give it away, stop!
I have no idea what just happened.
And we're back in the room. Back in the room.
Fucking hell, it seems that whoever hacked the fucking Funk Cartel streams are coming to get us.
I was going to say, I thought I was back in the Iron Fist tournament for a second.
Maybe it's because we just give Seb some shit and he's fucking hacking the computer.
Sabotage.
Right. Good shit. Right, I'm going to move on before I fucking do something silly. Something else silly. Next track. Number 16. After this, we're going to go into some Lenny D. Okay?
Nice.
So, number 16. We have got Somniac One.
Ooh, nice.
Since 92. This is a banger. Right, I'm going to let it breathe. Go.
Let's do it.
This track's absolutely amazing. I feel like I've done it a little bit of an injustice. I had to chop the tracks so that they were 3 minutes, and that track is like an epic, and it builds.
It's a beast, yeah.
And I had to make it 3 minutes. So if you listen, Christina, I'm sorry that I chopped it so short, but I had to start with the tracks, really. Everybody loved it.
Yeah, it's a beast. It's so good.
How this rolls on. What is the EP called, please? It's called Refined Fat EP.
Yep.
And it's just come out on Prospect, well, not too long ago. And there's a Bad Boy Deathmachine remix on there as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely lethal. Yeah. So, John, check that out. Any more comments in there? No, everyone's just loving it and vibing.
Yeah, yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. Anything to add?
No, it's just, I mean, the whole EP, like you said, is an absolute banger. Yeah, her production's getting better and better with each EP.
And it's already good as well. It was good before, and now it's just like...
Yeah, it's fantastic. Really looking forward to see what she does next year.
You see so many people who are being ghost produced and stuff, but she's legit the real deal. It's almost scary how good she is.
I don't actually know anyone that gets ghost produced. I mean, you hear that, but I don't know anyone that gets ghost produced.
I don't,
personally. Not in our scene anyway, but then I don't know anyone.
I don't think there's anyone in particular in industrial.
I don't think there's anyone. Everyone I know does their own stuff, right? It's only when you kind of get into the kind of more mainstreamy sort of stuff, I think you get some DJs that
and money and blah 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 there. So Yep. Okay, so that's the first 5 tracks of the Underground Hardcore Poll 20. We're going to go into an interview with Lenny D now. We're going to do 25 minutes of an interview with Lenny. It was recorded pre-COVID, so we've had the ability to chop it into bite-sized chunks for the show. So, first of all, I'm going to jump into a little hello from someone from the crew. And, yeah, then we're going to go into Lenny. So, cool. Enjoy the interview, guys, and we'll be back in 20 minutes. Peace.
Ho ho ho! This is Tripped. I wanted to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and let's hope next year is better, but I'm trying to stay positive, HIV positive, and I hope to see you all there in the next year. This is a good video.
Okay, it gives me great pleasure to welcome one of the most significant pioneers of electronic music, hailing from New York, one of hardcore's founding fathers, Lenny D. Lenny, how are you?
Hey man, good to see you.
Good to see
really
you too.
Really cool to be on this today, so yeah man, looking forward to it.
How's things with you?
Very good, very busy, which is always good in the music business.
Yeah, right. Alright, well, I want to talk to you about you and Industrial Strength and your journey, etc. But one thing that I'd like to talk about first, because I don't think many people have touched on this, and you as a musician, etc., has been quite well documented. But I'd like to go from the very start.
Music has been a part of me by listening to it. You know, my parents had a really pretty cool record selection. But we're talking the Beatles, 50s, Tom Jones, all kinds of, doo-wop and weird stuff, Rolling Stones. So that was like my first, Chicago. And like these were the music that I kind of had that was in the house, And I wanted to be an artist. Yeah, an artist, actually drawing and painting.
Oh, okay.
And I went to art school even. And, my grandfather gave me a radio, and then it kind of blew me into disco and rock music. And on the radios at that time, which would have been the 70s and 80s, they had DJ mix shows on the air, and that really, really intrigued me. And, I was always fascinated by the record covers from the Beatles and this and what mixing meant, and then I started hearing the DJs like traditionally DJ mix at that time, but doing really great tape editing and remixing and stuff on the radio stations that did a lot of the dance music. So I was pretty attracted to disco music, rock, Zeppelin, all that kind of stuff. So I went to a party that, a family function, and my cousin's uncle was DJing, and I never seen any of that before. And then that was it. Art school out the window. Fucking saving every dime I can. And then my mother said, all right, I wanted records. And then she took me to, in Brooklyn at the time, there were a lot of record shops. But I was pretty young, so I didn't really have the money. So she said, come on. And I just started buying records, like a disco mix, 1979. And then I just followed it from there. I basically, in high school, I thought, okay, DJing, I got my turntables. And then around, like, when I was 17, I got a gig, funny enough, at a roller disco that I used to go to hear all this music. So, I was pretty hooked on the music. I kind of like went full on, where all my other friends were like smoking pot and getting fucked up, By the time, to make a long story a little shorter, by the time I was in the role of Khaoz, I wanted to know what mixing records was about.
Yeah.
And so what I did was I went to my high school. It was like the first thing that they ever did this, where they had, like, you cannot go to the first year, the first 6 months of your last senior year, if they get you a jobs program to actually see if you want to do this, some kind of student thing. So I put in this studio thing. And I think because of the uniqueness of what I asked for, there was, like, they accepted me, because they only got, like, the Brainiac kids for that, and I was definitely not in that category. Then I got onto that, and then I got into a studio with Nile Rodgers. And in the meantime, while that's going on, I linked up with Tommy Musto, which was one of the DJs on the radio, and he also did a show, which was a college show, but it was where I lived. I just called them up, and then the next thing you know, they heard my mixes that I was doing in the house because I was editing. I had to, by that point. So I was really invested working on these parties, buying a fucking tape machine, working on the parties, buying a fucking sampler, DJ, so for me, by the time I started actually producing, which was, kind of soon after, it was like because I went to school for engineering as well. While I had hits in the UK, like I made these little records with Tommy Musto in his studio, like on a little 6-track, and then boom, it's like, what is Deep House? Well, this is Deep House. I was like, what the hell does this mean, man? Techno, what the fuck is that? We were just making records. I really had no idea what the hell we were trying to do, but I did realize that, the disco and all that, I could never produce that because I'm young, I can't afford it, I'm not a musician. So these other new things that at the time, like MIDI keyboards and all these things that were coming out, this is what I got into. And then slightly towards the mid-80s, end of the 80s, end of the 80s, early 90s, I started getting into computer-based music. So in the early 90s, there was a computer to actually run it instead of sequencers. So I went through assisting, engineering, learning, until I found that I was actually a fucking producer, but my main goal was really to be an engineer. So all this is happening, from the age of 16 through 18, like 19. So I already had hit records by that time. Like, what I didn't know were hit records. Nobody really knew. But what the studio path led me was, I went to Arthur Baker after the Nile Rodgers thing, going through my little cleaning up garbage pails, and then befriending Nile Rodgers and everybody loved me, and it was a fucking wow. I learned so much about that. And then I went to Arthur Baker's and started to be a garbage boy, and then Arthur realized that I was making these records, which I had really no idea that they were anything special.
This was at Shakedown Studios, right?
Yeah, like I was in New York, and I wasn't really traveling. It was only till after all this shit is when I got to the UK afterwards, because all the guys that I was doing the music with went before me, basically. It was a little crazy, but yeah, that's how it just worked out with the travel and stuff. And then as soon as I hit the UK after Author stuff, I did a lot of tracks. I was pretty much living in that studio on the couch. And you know, and I was really going around New York City while making these records. You gotta remember, I was really not at home. My friends were all doing fucking God knows what when you do at that age, you know? I wasn't even getting high. I wasn't smoking cigarette. I was going to sessions with loops and samples, because I was one of the first guys to really do this kind of thing, like with loops and stuff. And, you know, working with Frankie and Tommy and how we utilized the samplers at the time, which were like, I don't know, 2-bit, 4-bit, and then, you know, how many samples could you get in a 4-bit memory span, and then how many outputs the thing has, and how do you get them. We used to take the records, speed them up like this, and record it so it gets a little bit, and then we transpose it down.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
So you hacked it.
Like 4 samples, then we'd have to record to a tape, sync it up. So there was a lot of engineering. So at the end of the day, that's what I wanted to do, and I said, okay, you know, I'm not a musician. This is what I'm doing. So it's funny, it's full circle, because now I'm back to doing that again, and I kind of love it.
So towards the end of the 80s, you did you worked with Frankie, right? And you did the Looney Tunes thing, which was quite big in the UK at the time.
Yeah, that was a pivotal one. You know, we were. First off, we did, you know, he was DJing at this club called Patches. I was DJing at the Road Palace. We were young guys. We were like, all our friends were hating on us, you know. And then one day, I just walk into Northcott, which is where we did all the stuff, which is actually 25 West. You know, all the house, techno, new groove. We were all in the same office, and even the distribution. So, and that's how I actually got, you know, more in the studio. Was like, I was going in there because I got a job working at Chico Productions, so the loft was split up and it was a distributor. So I thought, wow, I get money after school, I come here, and then at night I go to fucking Shakedown, and then I can produce records on the weekend. I mean, this was my schedule. So I just happened to walk in the studio, and there's sitting Frankie Bones. Now, I never met Frankie Bones. Frankie Bones actually never met me, but all our friends used to say, yeah, da, da, da. So Tom kind of do this, really. And then basically, Tommy's like, oh, this is really interesting. He goes, I want to introduce you to somebody. And I was like, okay, well, who's this? He goes, oh, Frankie Bones is Lenny D. Lenny D is Frankie Bones. And the two of us looked at each other. And within about 5 minutes, we were fucking laughing, hugging each other. Then we just started making records together.
Well, tell us about from there. You started DJing in Europe a lot, and then, you know, hardcore techno started to become a thing that you were banding about, and you decided to set up a label. Is this the right?
Well,
order,
this is how it happened for me. You know, I don't know anyone before me, so I have to just kind of go on that, really. Like, what was happening for me was, okay, I say it's pretty lucky about this, but, you know, maybe, you know, I'm not a master of one, but I'm a master of all. It's pretty weird, but I've always seen, because of my DJing, my total dedication, no girlfriends, no shit, no whatever, no drugs, just loving the music, and evolving with electronic music. You gotta remember, like, it didn't start out with boom, boom, boom. If I show you where it started for me, I think you'd be quite shocked at how far back it really goes, because that's how I got involved in it. It's like from the 70s, you know, and then the 80s, and then the electronic music and how it started to infiltrate. And, you know, always had these little experimental things along the way, and, you know, then you can even pass by, you know, fucking Kraftwerk, Barry Newman, George Moroder, and then you can start even going for. I was through all this, so you know, I even worked with the Tramps, you know, and New Order, and Deborah Harry. You know, I actually was becoming groomed to be a pop music producer.
Yeah.
Before I did everything, like I had these hits, and then all of a sudden, here I am mixing Al Jarreau in Shakedown on an SSL, going, what the fuck am I doing in this room? You know, and I was evolving. So to go to where what the question is, it's like, okay, I started at house music. So I helped evolve that. I went to techno, and I definitely helped evolve that.
Yeah.
And not only was I producing, I was DJing and using my DJing and my engineering skills to make the tracks. See, that was another thing. You know, being able to DJ and being able to make the tracks at that time was usually two different things, you know? So I was in a unique position when I got, like, calls to do remixes. You know, I was already, you know, like when I was 18, running full sessions for Arthur Baker. But musically, as a DJ, I was not happy sitting with one thing far too long, because then all of a sudden there was boom, 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 techno and rave music. And these things were, I started making this stuff and then I started really exploring what was going out of Germany, Italy, because I was also at the record distributor. So I already had known what was going on in playing these other things. So my talent as a DJ started to become this, you know, I started going harder and harder and harder and harder until it became quite clear to me that I don't need to do anything other than play all these fucking great things, and I make it my own.
Yeah.
I just didn't feel challenged enough by playing house music. I didn't feel challenged enough by playing techno music. I didn't feel challenged at all to even get into trance, though I did play some of it, like acid and stuff. I went through every style, drum and bass, breaks. It was around the time that the jungle started hitting into the UK is when I realized the 4/4 music has had its day for a little bit.
Yeah.
And by that time, I had already done some stuff on R&S. I'd already just started getting into it, and then I R&S Renat hooked me up with Jam and Spoon to go to Germany to play. And by this point, I was already just coming back from Japan. I was basically this guy that all of a sudden was in every party prior, you know, coming through the electronic music ranks or whatever. Now I've got this sound that nobody's got. It's like, and my DJing skills at that time, by the time I got to Europe, were way better than any of the Europeans, because I was already playing in the clubs, discos, things from the fucking 80s, you know? So it wasn't like I was, you know, the only thing that drove me crazy was I had to learn how to play in an hour. I just made the music harder than it was, and I took no breaks. And then when I met in the beginning of the 90s, the Marc Acardipane, was because of R&S. Because Mark Spoon left me at the airport for this party, and Mike Hope, which was the graphic artist and the third member of Planet Core Productions at the time, picked me up. Had no idea of anything. We kind of had some small chit-chat. But at the time, he had a record shop inside the Dorian Gray, inside Frankfurt Airport. So there's a full-on club, alcohol, drugs, inside the fucking airport. The record shop, and sells shirts and some candy, but it's inside the club. And this is actually, if anyone knows the Dorian Gray, the history of it, the name it was before was the Techno Club, which is the beginning, the birth of EBM. So this was the German club where Sven, Dax, all these guys started the German techno thing on the Frankfurt end of things, while the Berlin things were kicking off on the other side of the country, a little bit more behind the wall and to the wall. So it was Frankfurt, which was what really led the way for Germany, because the East was a little bit fucked up, and any kind of real parties there, they would have gone underneath. I did a few, so you know, it was just the Frankfurt guys. And you know, I met Mark in that record shop, and the way it happened was, I got all my records. I'm ready to play at this party. I'm with my friend Neil McClellan, who is the producer of the last 4 Prodigy albums now, and has produced fucking Enjoy, Carl Cox, and he was my roommate living in his apartment in London. So I took his ass with me, and we were all fucking like, all right, we're getting left at the airport now. Back then, I had a cell phone. I don't even want to tell you how big it was, but had a cell phone, okay? So, you know, it was amazing. Like, I was like, oh my God, I'm just thinking about this story. So they took me to the record shop, which I was totally shocked, and the club is starting to pack in. I have no idea what I'm playing, where I'm going. No one's really telling me anything. And Mike goes, hey, look, Renat tells me you're a really good DJ. He goes, well, why don't, instead of standing there, why don't you just play some fucking records? And looking at him, and I'm like, all right. I says, I'm just going to see what you got in here because I already know what I got in there. Right? So I popped it off. I didn't want anyone to hear what I was going to bust out anyway. Man, I started playing, not knowing any record, just mixing, fucking smoking cigarettes, fucking booming. Next thing you know, there's a person, 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. And now this is a little shop that holds maybe 30, 20 people, maybe 20 people. Man, by an hour in, and I played for like 4 fucking hours in this fucking record store, right? The line was down out of the door into the dance floor, and the owner of the club came in to see what the fuck was going on. The guy who I had just met is fucking at the cash register, chinging away, throwing me some records, and then chinging away, and the fucking shop, he's like, what the fuck? Stop it. Then the shop closed, okay? And the guy Michael looked at me, and he said, what the fuck was that? He had called Marc Acardipane while this was going on, and him and Thorsten came in to see what the fuck was going on. I said a quick hello. I had no idea who was what anyway. He closed. He says, I said, all right, I'm buying all these records. He says, no, you're keeping all of them. I'm not taking $1 from you. He goes, man, this is the first time in my shop's history that I actually sold records. And he goes, I sold a lot. He goes, I sold t-shirts. He goes, I sold fucking everything. He goes, that guy that you said hello to, the big guy, he goes, he's the boss of the club. He wants to book you. He goes, man, we have to talk. You have to meet. You have to see Marc, my friend Marc. And I says, well, look, I'm playing at the club. Why don't he fucking come down? So that party was with Mark Spoon, Marc Acardipane, me, Sven Vaith, but Mark didn't DJ. It was just, I think, the 3 of us, Sven, me, and Mark Spoon. And dude, I unleashed those records, and with the beats I had. And then the next thing I know, I meet Sven, who I had already known as an artist. He comes to me, he goes, man, are you the Lenny D from this? And I say, are you the Sven Vaith from that record Off? And he looks at me like, what the fuck? You play that all the time. He goes, yeah, that's the guy. He goes, oh, this fall into a trance. He goes, it's future. He goes, this is like the invention of a new style. I was like, really? And then he incorporated that in some of his later things. And he went to Goa. So all these great things. And I knew a lot of these guys from other things prior that they've done. You know, it was that time. You know, my generation. And after that, like they were putting amyl nitrate in the smoke machines at that party. Everybody's drinking with ecstasy. I mean, it was fucking nuts. My friend Neil, everything. We were so fucked up. It was amazing. So then I went back again after I met Marc a second time to Germany to play for Thorsten's. One of the PCP guys' his girlfriend was promoting a club. They saw me at the record shop, funny enough, and yeah, they let me play. And we got completely fucked up on drugs. I went back to Marc's house. I had this record that I was like so proud of. I was like, look, I think this is like this hard thing, you know? It was like, I don't know if it was Hammerhead or another record that I had made with Neil we were working on in the studio. And then I was at this apartment all fucked up, you know, it was in the morning. I was going to catch my flight in a couple hours, and then Marc fucking plays, you know, Mescaline United, Frontal Sickness, and then that was it. I said, all right, everything that I'm doing to these records, making them faster, fucking up the EQ, driving the mixer, getting the rattle out of these warehouse spaces, you know what I mean? And I had this record which also had these distortions and stuff, and Joey Beltram then got on, you know, so it's like this thing was touched on. And, you know, I was playing also techno, rave music, pretty much it was all back to back, you know, until it started to become a bit more heavier. And then I just got him, I convinced him to let me release it. He was not in a good place to do it. everything in Germany, nobody cared. I was coming off an album I produced for Warner Brothers, had pretty good success, and A&R guys would listen to me, and I got a distribution deal, and I did a deal with Casper Pound. So it was just about to come out, and I held back on the Homeboy Hippie and Funky Dread and the Turbulence record to get to Marc until we finalized Mescaline United, and then I played the acetate at the second Mayday is when we had the record ready. So the label, everything, we were ready to go. I was getting artists, I had everything, and then I was like, all right, this has to be the defining record, because there's nothing I've ever heard in my life like this. You know, even though it might have had elements of the rave or this or that, the construction of it, the sound, the distortion, the accidental feedback loop turns into a fucking riff, which Rotterdam and all the others have copied and incorporated, and you know, and then the hardcore kind of grew. But you know, at the time, it was more, you know, it was after Mayday when Renat comes to me and he goes, Lenny D, he goes, bro, that shit is hardcore. And I looked at him and I was like, you know, yeah, maybe it fucking is hardcore, because you know, all the techno guys, they were fucking scared shitless of me.
Let's play it, because I'm sure the people want to hear this in some context, to hear what we're talking about. So,
and you got to remember, this was fast back then.
Yeah, indeed.
Now you'd be like, huh? You know?
Okay, so we have arrived. Do you want to introduce this?
Marc Acardipane. We have arrived. I arrived as soon as I heard it, and if you've never heard it, I hope you get there too.
Okay, let's go.
Still relevant.
Competition time. We're giving away stuff. Yo, we're back. How good is that interview, man?
Yeah, man. Wow.
Proper history lesson. Like, a real history lesson about how hardcore was conceived. Like, how Lenny met Marc and how that track came to, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man. He's an absolute legend, and he's such an amazingly nice guy as well. And still so passionate about music and everything and what he does.
Definitely. It seems a lot of people in the chat really enjoying that too. I was expecting numbers to drop a little bit, but not much at all. Everyone's engaged, so good. Also, everybody.
What was the track? What was the track playing in the background? A few people are asking.
The background music is actually a set by Lenny. So I don't know is the short answer.
Yeah, fair enough.
The track at the end was "We Have Arrived."
Yeah, of course. Wow, and watch it. That was when the first time I heard that. That was one of the hardest records I'd ever heard in my life at the time. It was like, I don't know, whatever it was. Was it 92, 94, somewhere in there?
Yeah,
92 maybe. Yeah, blew my head off. I was like, wow, this is amazing. Yeah,
man.
Incredible stuff.
I saw Industrial Strength join the chat. I don't know if that's Lenny or not, but holla.
Or Jules. Holla.
Maybe both. I don't know. Easy anyway, and thanks for all your help with the interview and editing and everything. Yeah, really appreciate it. And for the people saying the ultimate show off of the record, I think it was Dean saying it was the ultimate, I've got this on vinyl. Actually, those clips are from Luke, producer, because I don't have the records. So Luke recorded himself playing the track so that I could splice it into the interview. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So it's a real like.
Shame on you. You should buy a copy.
I haven't got it. I'm ashamed to say it. Yeah. Have you got it?
I think I've got about the first. I don't know, all the early Industrial Strength and Industrial Strength trances.
Oh, okay.
Got them all on vinyl. Yeah.
Okay, well, there is more of that interview to come. As I said before, the interview is split into 3 chunks. So, yeah, there's more to come of that. But for now, we're going to go back into some Underground Hardcore Top 20. Excuse me. But first, we have got a competition. That's why it said competition time at the start. So, I'm going to do it again. It's competition time. We're giving away stuff. Nori saying, big shout to Greg, I love your album.
Hey, thanks, Nori. Cheers, man.
Competition time. So we're going to give away some more fucking goodies. So, usual shit. I know it's boring, but you can win yourself one of these
free shit. T-shirts. What's not to like?
Exactly. Free t-shirt, designed by Shovelface, released by Oblivion Underground. Really simple to win. All you need to do, like this stream, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, we'd prefer you on YouTube, share it on your social media and just do a hashtag Oblivion Underground. And you can do that right now and we'll wait for you. We're not going to move on with the show until you've had a chance to share it. So I'm going to read some comments from in the chat while we're waiting. So like the stream, share the stream, hashtag Oblivion Underground, and you can win this shirt. We'll send you a voucher code like tomorrow and you can order it from the website and we'll get it out to you. For everybody else who's ordered these shirts, they're shipping real soon. Yeah, what more can I say?
Yeah.
Good.
Nice shirts, by the way. Really nice.
Yeah.
Great job.
It's a fucking lovely design, man. We sat on it for a little bit waiting for the good time, and yeah, it felt like the end of the year was a good time because, you know, releases were not, so
that was a good time.
Yeah, now is a good time. So get that shared. In the meantime, any questions in the chat if you want to throw them out before we proceed with the poll 20. Any questions for Dolphin, perhaps? Feel free to throw them in the chat.
Shout out to Doc Maxey in the house.
Oh, easy, Doc. How's it going? Drastic was loving that track before. Seba shared, respect, man. Respect.
Yeah.
People saying Mescalinium remix by Miro is top.
Yeah.
And somebody said that the Aphex Twin was better than the original. Bold, but okay. Mr. Bad Luck wants a collab, Greg.
Is it Bad Luck or Bad Licks?
I think it's Bad
Luck.
It
could be Bad Luck. I mean, the X could stand for anything.
We had this conversation when we were drunk on the last stream. It's Bad Luck.
I can't remember. Okay. Bad Lick. It could be Bad Lick.
Bad Lick. I've had a few of them.
I'm not saying anything. Moving on.
Greg, have you ever thought about DJing with actual CDJs? I've witnessed this, and you do not.
Let's not do this story, Joe. Let's not do this story. But
why?
Right. So
tell the story. Come on.
No. I can't tell us. No, you can't, because to tell the whole story would just get me in so much trouble. No. I tried it once and I didn't like it. Let's just leave it at that.
And it was a big spectacle. It was quite something.
Quite a spectacle. Yeah, it was. But yeah, no. I loved vinyl, and I never liked CDJs, and I just wanted an alternative, and I started playing on my laptop in 2002.
Yeah.
1, maybe somewhere around there. So I completely skipped CDJs. I do like Tractor. I've got like a S4 and like it's really nice kind of playing around with that.
Yeah, you played your Prospect show on that, right?
Yeah, I did the 4-hour set with that and just right across the board. It was really, really nice to play all that kind of just crazy stuff, gone on a huge journey, from 100 BPM to whatever it was, 230, tempo switches and all sorts of crazy stuff and different styles, different genres. Yeah, it was fun.
Awesome. Right, I think we've given enough time for everyone to share the stream to win a t-shirt, so big ups for that. If you haven't done it, do it now. Let's move on to let's go and say hello to a friend. Let's hello to Mr. eDUB.
Oh, what's up? This is eDUB. I would like to wish a happy new year to everyone, also to my friends of the Oblivion crew. To be honest, I have been pretty quiet the last months, but recently I have been working some new stuff, so let's play.
Yeah, man, eDUB really fucking needs to tell me what his car stereo is, because that was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, Eduardo. Appreciate that, man. Merry Christmas. Respect. So, should we get back into this?
This is more.
Oh, it's not that one. Ignore that.
Not that one.
Not that one. Let's get back into the top 20 of our Underground Hardcore poll. So, we have got up next... Oh, ready? Let's go.
Ready. Let's do this.
It is fucking the Satan on Oblivion Underground with Wrong Master. So we specifically asked him to make a slow tune when he did this, and the way it was received blew us away. Everybody loves this track. So yeah, congratulations, Satan. Thanks for the banger, and thanks for everyone for voting for it. Big up, and let's get it played. Awesome stuff, man. Everyone in the chat loves that. I love it. Obviously, it's on Oblivion. If
it's a beast.
Didn't get this, which is sold out. This was the
beautiful bit of vinyl, right?
One. Yeah, man. You can see it's a transparent fucking disc. Beautiful.
What tempos are they? Like 150-ish.
150. It's on the
yeah.
screen, bro. By the way, awesome design by Cam Artwork on this, or Cam Art. Fucking smashed it. Great stuff. If you've got a copy of that, thank you for your support. We really appreciate it.
Do more slow stuff, Dennis.
Yeah, well, someone in the chat saying, I think D Manufacturer said, should do more with a wink, so maybe there's something already going on. Ooh.
Yeah, so someone, Pathogen Hardcore, is asking me if I'm going to ever think of doing some more slower stuff in the near future. Yeah, definitely. I'm playing around with some tracks at the moment that are like 140, 150 sort of thing. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, good. Okay, good. Everyone's happy in the chat. I'm happy. Should we do another one?
Yeah, let's do another one. What are we on? 14?
That was 15. Now we're on number 14. Ready?
Rocking. Yep.
Let's do it. We have got at number 14. The Outside Agency, The Plant.
Ooh, heavy hitters.
Yep, we're getting serious, boy. Right, I'm playing it. Let's go.
Go on then.
Seriously, if you don't like rave stabs, I don't think we can be friends.
Yeah, I mean, you got to. The T99 stab has been one of the biggest sounds in the last couple of years.
Yeah,
and it's amazing how it's come back, and but it is like the epitome of the rave sound, isn't it? It's like you can bang it on everything from industrial to breakbeat to anything you want. Drum and bass, just bang the T99 stab on there your way. Amazing.
Definitely.
Shout out to KRTM.
Yeah, big shout out to KRTM. He does it really well, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in the chat's loving it. Everyone's a big fag. fan.
Big fag. Did you just say everyone in the chat's a big fag?
It's not the first time we've got.
I mean, you could be right. I don't know.
What was the one we did last time?
Oh man. Yeah, don't do that. Hi gays.
Hi gays. That's what I did last time.
Hi gays. Yeah.
It's like an underlying.
And now you're calling them big. Yeah, there is definitely something Freudian going on here.
Yeah.
You just wish you were in that kind of chat room, don't you? Maybe you are.
I am. Yeah, I am. There's enough to take from the chat. I can see them.
Yeah.
Joe just outed us all. People are saying. People saying Greg and TOA should make some melodic tunes together.
Some melodic. Yeah. So me and Noel have been chatting a little bit, but yeah. Let's see what happens next year. We haven't talked about a collab, but there is something.
Ooh. Okay. Good. Joey T's big gay rave. Right, fuck off, guys.
That's the one.
Let's go to the next track. We have
Unlucky for some.
Yeah, number 13. It is Legend Ophidian.
Conrad in the house.
Yeah, easy Conrad. If you are listening or watching on playback, or not at all, maybe. Here we go. I'm going to put this on. Ophidian speaks for itself. Released on Thunderdome. Let's go.
Increase the voltage. Yeah, increase the voltage, shithead!
By the climate, skies of dazzling calm, alternating with storms of great violence.
Another one that I wish I didn't have to cut.
Shame on you.
I know, but I need to keep this under 4 hours.
No.
Again,
I'm here all night.
Like I said about rave stabs before, if you don't like rave stabs, I don't think we can be friends. If you don't like Ophidian, I don't think we're friends either. Amazing,
right? Yeah.
Always consistent, always good, fantastic stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone in the chat loves it. Tune glitches, he's taking the piss basically. People are doing a hashtag Dolphidian. It's still being called out. Greg, have you been in touch with him yet?
I have.
Ooh.
Can't say any more.
Oh my god! So we've got potentially a three-way between you, Hidden, and Ophidian.
I'm just chatting at the moment. Just chatting to a few people. We're gonna see what happens next year. But you know, Comrade's really busy. He's got a lot of big projects on and stuff.
Yeah.
So you know, we'll see what happens when he's got a bit of time.
Thunderdome, hasn't he? So yeah. Also
well deserved as well. I mean, it's fantastic. He's had a great year.
Yeah, definitely. Ant saying keep playing it. I can't keep playing it, man. I've got 17 more tracks to play and more Lenny. It's gonna be too long. So I have to be at least restrained at one point in my life.
Then this is it. Of all the times you could have chosen, Joey, this is the one you choose. Well done, mate.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's next? 12.
12. We have got. You're not gonna believe this. It's one of my favorite tracks of the year. It's fucking Ophidian again.
Whoa.
Ophidian Silver, absolutely exceptional track. Love this.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm gonna just roll straight into it. Let's go.
I've never seen a beast as strong as this. A creature this powerful must come from a long uninterrupted bloodline. Each generation more potent than the one before. We must find it in its human form.
They can't come out in daylight, they can't step on the holy ground, and there's silver. You will die now, and there's silver. Step on the holy ground, and there's silver. I want you! I want you! Your werewolf is still alive! Find it! Find it!
Sorry, I was distracted by technical difficulties. Oh my god. I told you before when I can hear myself.
Oh my god.
Excellent tune. I've been playing that one.
Yeah, amazing.
Oh yeah, absolutely amazing. Oh, pizza's arrived. Great stuff. Can't get enough Ophidian.
Yeah.
Who's written Gary? In the chat.
Someone's just come up on their bill.
Yeah, right. Distracted by talking. Everyone loves it. What's wrong? Nothing wrong with 2 Ophidians in a row. Amazing.
So it goes. Yeah,
definitely.
Someone asked me if someone asked me who I'd like to do a collab with. Actually,
yeah.
I actually don't know, but I think most of the people I like to do with collabs, I'd like to do collabs with, are probably not in our scene. Some guys like a Rigto, I don't know if you know him. He does some amazing stuff. He did a release on Noise's label, that was absolutely fantastic. Really nice, kind of weird classical stuff. Alan Eiteltech, his new album, his new stuff's fantastic, incredible. Love to do some stuff with him.
It used to be good years ago.
Yeah, he did a self-released EP on Bandcamp last month. There's a track called Seraph on it, which is incredible. It's amazing. Sounds like Blade Runner 2049. Amazing. It's just fantastic. So yeah, people like that. They want to do a collab. My first album, I wanted to do a track with Tommy Broken Note. There was supposed to be a track with him on it. But he's just so slow, honest to God. I did all the other collabs on that first album. I did in like a couple of weeks, just, ping pong with everybody. Just tunes were done. 3 months later, I don't think Tommy had got out of bed, so it just took forever. So we sacked that one off.
There is that about him.
Yeah, and some of the people I wouldn't mind doing collabs with. Like Limewax, I was supposed to do a Limewax collab for my first album as well, but eventually we got that kind of done for his album earlier in the year, which was really nice. Came out really nice. Awesome. Interesting combination of snares and more snares.
Snare fest.
Snares.
One more, and then we go into some more Lenny D. So
nice.
At number 11, we have Tripped and Detest Hardcore to the Penis XL remix of the original. It's an XL penis. The original was 175, I think, and this is a 200. So yeah, enjoy. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Mr.
baby.
Foreskin himself and Daniel.
Indeed.
Awesome release.
I can't imagine how they even get anything done when they're in the studio, those two.
I know. It must just be like, just dick stuff. Just dick stuff.
yeah. All day.
Yeah, so they managed to push that to 200 without losing the definition of it. It actually sounds very similar, so good
It's
work, guys.
chunky as fuck, isn't it? Yeah.
Good stuff.
A few people in the chat are asking me about this Flowers of Intelligence thing. So it might be a good segue before Lenny, actually. So I've been working on a Flowers of Intelligence remix for
5 years.
At least 5 years, yeah. The Positive Outlook remix took me 6 years, I think. And that's not, constantly working on it, but every now and again you have a go at it. But Flowers it's such a iconic tune that you've got to get it absolutely perfect. And I'm still not happy with it. I dropped it every now and again. I drop like the latest version to see how it's going, as long as it isn't getting recorded anywhere. So I played it in Japan with when you and Vonda and that were there. Yeah. And I played it to the last Prospect, when I played back to back with Luke at Prospect XL at Christmas, and that was after Lenny, actually. And I asked Lenny if he'd mind me playing it, if he had any problems with it. And he was like, wanted to hear it, and I played it, and he dropped his shit everywhere. He got so excited, and then he was on at me for ages about getting this remix over to him, but it's still not quite there. And I'm still chipping away. I was working on it last week, so maybe another 5 years I'll be done. But it's a when you're trying to remix something that iconic, it's got to be top shelf. It just can't be anything less. So
Agreed.
One day.
Awesome. Okay, well, everyone enjoyed that. We're 10 tracks in, and I think it's safe to say everyone's been fucking brilliant, actually.
It's been awesome.
We've got a quick hello from our buddy Deathmachine, and then we're going to go into Lenny D Part 2. So get yourself a beer, guys. Settle down, settle in.
Settle down.
Story time's coming with Lenny. More amazing stories, I'm sure, and some cool music. But before that, a little ho from Deathmachine. So see you soon, guys.
A little ho? Did you just say a little ho?
No.
You said a little ho.
Oh, God, I hope not. I couldn't. Right,
just play the video, dude.
Fuck off.
Hey guys, Deathmachine here, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I know 2020's been shit and we're going to be glad to see the back of it. So let's look forward to next year and hopefully we can all get together. Another thing I want to announce for next year is I will be releasing my second album, which I've been working on for a while now, and it's nearly done. So keep your eyes open for that. There'll be more news at some point. Anyway, stay safe, stay strong, and I'll see you soon, hopefully.
Okay.
My cat's wanting me to get back to the tracks because he likes the vibrations and he goes to sleep. This fucking cat with his big ears, you play hard music and he just sits there. My wife comes in the studio and she goes, "What the fuck is he sitting there? Can't he take it? It's too loud." I don't know. I think he enjoys he sits right where the speakers would come in, you know. So yeah, he's definitely into. He's more into hard techno than he is the hardcore. I do have to say, when this hard techno track I'm working on, he takes the.
Yeah, that was the first record on the first.
Yeah, it was an honor to release that record because it was a monumental record because it changed the tempo of all the tracks. It made it faster.
Yeah.
It in these hardcore elements, which were never actually they were in rave records prior and in Belgian records, but only in different contexts. And then the evilness and the distortion of everything. I mean, it was truly the first hardcore record because then. After that, then there was the Euromasters and a few other things that took the same approach, but then even took on it even further, you know what I mean? And started using different elements. And then it sort of meshed all back into these heavy rave records with the big synths and the mentasms carrying in with bigger kicks. And then techno itself was touched by it. And then this hard techno started to devise from it all, which was also stemmed from some of the raves. So Mescaline United, while all keeping a groove, which made it kind of techno. So the record was this thing, you know. I'm just happy to have been one of the, the first one to get that sucker out. And, Marc Acardipane deserves all the credit for that, because it was released on, RNS later on with the Aphex Twin remixes. And it's only kind of till now that Marc is getting credit for things that, man, that motherfucker was kicking ass on. I mean, even me, we were the underdogs of shit. Once I started getting into the hard stuff, it was just like, I was like, hey man, I'm still the same producer, I can do other things, and I was always doing that. And then I started the label. I said, well, I'm going to give producers a chance that I never got. I'm going to go seek out this music, because I am truly the most international motherfucker. I got Marc, there was no internet like, hey, let me do this, and cell phone. Man, I met the producers, they came to see me, I got cassettes, I found out when other guys I was hearing about were playing. So Industrial Strength became this international, where Manu, Rob G, fucking, DJ Paul, Carl Cox, Laurent Garnier, Daft Punk, fucking, man, just keep on going. And these aren't even hardcore names, and they're all the hard guys, Nasenbluten, DOA, fuck, I mean, Oliver Chesler, John Selway, Satronica, I mean, Unexist, Lansing.
Well, yeah, it's become one of the greatest. Become one of the greatest labels of all time, certainly to my opinion.
Still running.
You've had like what, 400 releases now or something?
Oh man, it's up there. Yeah, it's totally up there. Like,
I tried to look on Discogs and I was just like,
oh. I mean, for me that I've been involved with is definitely over 900. Because if that thing is following and finding things, which I haven't really tried to update any of that shit. There's so many more, because I've done session work for
I think it's.
I mean, look, you got to remember, like there was when I wanted to be a record producer. See, when I became the label, Renat told me straight out, he's like, "You're gonna have to make a sacrifice. I'm gonna sacrifice my artistry to do it, really, and give whatever money I was getting to further this music, because I felt and still feel, but maybe not, I don't know about now, but that was the end of the line. You gotta remember, I started from disco, rock before that, 50s music, then I started getting into what was the originating of house, techno, trance, drum and bass, breaks, whatever the fuck you want to call any of that shit, until I wound up with this hard electronic sound. That's why I started the label Hard Electronic, because I just think now I just want to have some fun and see about some other kinds of electronic music.
Did you ever think it was going to be like as big as it's become? Like when you first started, like how did you?
I definitely did. The only thing I tell you, I think it didn't get as big as I wanted it to be.
There's still time.
Because America is the sleeping dragon. There's something to be said, right? Because like even in Europe, where it's going now is okay. Promoters, the same thing with all music, the music itself hasn't reached the market that can digest lots of things, and that's here, because heavy metal, dark metal, fucking rock music, all that shit, punk, but that's huge here, man. Don't even question the size of that fucking market here. It's massive. And if something could cross, and my mission when I worked with Earache and when I worked with Roadrunner and all these metal bands and mixes for some punk records and things that I've done, and trying to cross it here was the thing. And I actually succeeded. We sold like, I don't know, man, like 50, 60,000 CDs here for a record that was bigger selling than those big, those compilations back in the day, those house ones that they had on British TV.
Sorry, wait, 50 or 60,000 CDs of which release?
IFS is number one.
Woo, that's big.
And what happened was, that was only in America. Europe was more. So what happened was, I was like, okay, I need to get this music. And I started getting in touch with rock guys, only to find out that they hated us and hated electronic music and wanted nothing with this. I went to the biggest distributor that actually sold the CD and begged them to make us part of their thing, to say, hey, give me the shot. What else do I have to prove? And then they were saying to me, well, it's the other label, and they did this and this and this. And I said, well, look, that doesn't mean I can't, you know. And then I then realized that I couldn't take on America alone. And unlike my counterparts in Europe, the scene, the music was getting bigger, and money and investment started going into where the European guys was, because, you know, there was something there. Here was kind of like, wow. So I had to revamp everything over time. And I'm a survivor. I'm a sticker and a mover. And it's kind of the hardcore. Keeps you going.
The label, do you have a favourite track on the label, or something that's super memorable, or I don't know, some cool anecdote about something that happened in making a good track that will stay with you forever, or something like this? There's
so many of them, because like back in the day, I mean, I was like because it's old school, I was like the executive producer. And what that meant, because, you know, you don't get credits on anything now if you mix, edit, artwork, nothing, you know, it's the internet. You're lucky if you get a fucking JPEG, right? with something that you can actually see that's not like this big. So basically what that meant was I had the best studio out of the lot. I had young electronic music producers, so I had to oversee pretty much everything, you know. Some of the guys would just deliver shit, picking mixes, tweaking shit out, you know, A&Ring, getting it edited, whatever the task may be. So I was involved with that, with pretty much every single record. In fact, pretty much every single record. And my mission was checking out everything on other countries, because like people laughed at me, and go, "Oh, why would you release that record? Make this label and do this record? What is it? Burn City Hardcore?" Oh, like Manu, everybody used to laugh at me. What are you fucking great? Yeah. Go to fucking Switzerland. Marco Bonucci's kicking the fucking ass of the people, and I said, well, this is the vibe of what's going on here in Switzerland. Then when I would go to New Zealand, I would get, you know, you know, whoever was there, or if I go to Australia, or, you know, so I took all the sounds and just went, yeah. You know, sort of like what I was playing, because to me it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to go to the store and buy a hardcore record. It's like, no, this is a hardcore track. This is a hardcore track. And I had to make a set and then start to make the records. And then with Marc and everybody kicking shit off, and then it just started to happen. And funny enough, it really connected in Holland as well. And, well, now it's kind of like, that's it, really, at the moment, in terms of the hardcore capital, like, I guess, you know, I don't know. I play in other countries. I don't really follow so many scenes. So for me, it's probably, I don't, you know, it just seems like that's where the action's happening. You know?
Let's talk about, this is probably one of my favourite eras for you and Industrial Strength. Let's talk about the 90s. Right, because this was your golden era, right? So you got all of these DJ awards, first hardcore DJ in the DJ Mag Top 100, which has since become, you know, let's be honest, quite a laughable chart. But back in the day, it really meant something, right? So to get that was really impressive. And then you've got #1 hard DJ, and then some worldwide techno DJ accolades in the 90s. Well, not only that, Industrial Strength, from now I'm going to start talking specifically about hardcore here, because that's what I'm a big fan of. You got like, you released fucking Hostile, Nasenbluten 100% No Soul Guaranteed, Forgotten Moments, New York City Speedcore. On a personal level, you got a track released on Grand Theft Auto, and that's not 90s, that was a bit later, but through this period, the 90s was just like, oh my god. And I've only just touched the surface there, right? I could dig deeper, but they were the headliners, like
other things as well.
Yeah.
You know? Dr. Macabre doing his Hunter project.
Yeah, it was big time for hardcore.
So we had, you know, man, we even had Carl Cox jumping in on the craziness too. And then you start going to some of our Australian guys and stuff that I was finding from Japan and all the, you know, like every release. I think that's what made it special, where my European counterparts were focused on a style.
Yeah.
And I was just focused on hard overall. So I got to explore speedcore, breakcore, you know, heavy, hard acid, fucking extreme, fucking low bit shit, fucking hard techno, you know, industrial, experimental, ambience, fucking even trance, IST, some of that shit. You know, I think back, I was like, you know, I didn't hear it as trance, but yeah, maybe these first releases were a little bit, man, I was taking too much fucking acid in the 90s, which I definitely was taking part of the ecstasy, Summer of Love kind of vibe.
No judgment here, man. I would be a hypocrite.
I was a hippie. I had long hair, tie-dye t-shirts. I was always a little scruffy guy in the studio working the longest hours. I was the first one in, last one the fuck out. And then I went right from the studio to the parties, you know, kicking it, you know.
So I found it quite impressive that you managed to build like such an eclectic label that appealed to like so many different people for different reasons, and again I'm cherry picking the hardcore, terror, speedcore part, but to get like such a broad spectrum of that genre and representation, so impressive. I mean, how did you meet or realize Nasenbluten, for example? How did that come about?
I can tell you exactly how that happened. I was supposed to DJ a party for Jeff the Chef. I was already playing in Australia. I've already played in Australia prior to that. And I went into Central Station Record Shop in Sydney, which I go to every shop all the time anyway. So I was like, and I saw this record with a Mickey Mouse on it. It was one record, just caught my eye on the side. So picked it up. I put this shit on the fucking turntable, and I was like, what the fuck is this, man? And I saw Newcastle, Australia with the phone number. And funny enough, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get these guys. Where the fuck did they come from? I don't know. I don't even know what this record was. I went to buy it, and the guy goes, oh, you want that? He goes, we were thinking of giving it back or whatever. It's just, I was like, oh, I want it.
I definitely want it.
You know, I brought a couple other things, you know. It was nothing, but that was the thing. So I came back, and it turned out that when I looked at the actual party, because I never really looked at the party. I was doing so many of them, so many crazy things, and I looked at the party, and there is Nasenbluten on the bill. And I said...
the same party that you were there to DJ at?
Same party.
Okay, yeah.
I spoke to Jeff the Chef, and I said, look, I says, I wanna meet this kid. I says, you have to set this up. Tell him I will get there early. I will get there, whatever. I want to know what's going on. I want to release this shit in America. Let's get this going. And I seen him play. I was interested. I was into it. Spoke to him. I said, look, I love everything. I don't want to change a damn thing. And then I branded them. The idea was, I want to see that Bloody Fist logo, which was probably the best thing they let me fucking do.
Yeah.
Then it just became this legend. The same with DOA, you know. If I show you the cassette that Sal gave me, what did I hear in there? Because I was asked this prior. Like, somebody asked me, he goes, how do you hear to know, you know? And like Sal Monet, if I find that cassette and you heard what it would be like, you would just maybe throw it away. But what I heard was programming. Wow, aggression. I understood the process of making it. I was in the trench with these guys. So I tried to help them facilitate to get me records, because it wasn't like I can go and say, hey, I'm going to get 50 demos today because I'm on the, you know, hard tunes and this. No, there was none of that, you know. So if you wanted to get a record and pay for the record, distribute the record, there was a lot of commitment to these records, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, like I'll put a digital release out on my label and take a chance. If I took a chance, you know, there was always a financial loss to tie to it, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and I didn't care about that. So, you know, when you got someone who doesn't care about that, and I had solid deals and my distribution and everybody believed in me because I had prior done a Hitmaker. I had this label, I had this foresight. So my distributor just said, all right, just here's the checkbook and let's just, you know, sell records. And I realized from working at Northcott and being a staff producer, making countless amounts of records, I was making like 4 records a month at my high point.
let's talk about the vinyl to digital age, because we kind of sped up in our timeline a little bit. How did that affect you? How did you change your approach? You know, it was obviously it's well documented that this was a destructive force across the board for the whole music industry. What did it mean for hardcore, and how did you deal with it? How did you compensate for that? What steps did you take?
Actually was asked this question on a panel at a music school outside of Bristol, and I'll tell you, I seen it coming. I took a pause for Industrial Strength like the year or so prior to really figure out what was going to happen. I was owed money and this, you know, the typical label thing. So I said, all right, how do I... And all my counterparts were going under. Distributors, compilation companies, it was hitting the fan. I mean, it wasn't like I was broke, but the label was going to hit hard time. So I said, okay, let me take a step back. On the business end, I kind of went after any loose money that was out there. So I did an internal shake-up of the company. I was still DJing, but I had said, all right, and still doing licensing, but I was saying, all right, I gotta fix the internals, because this wave that's coming is going to be coming, and it's washing out everybody around me that are in much better positions.
Yeah.
You know? So what I started to see about the internet, and then I started looking at the websites, and I said, you know something? This is going to be a volume business. Because when someone who enters into a distribution deal with me talks about content and files, it's not about what I release, it's how much I release, how I infiltrate the websites. So what I did was I closed out any vinyl old accounts, everything that was back ordered, done, did some quick sales of the back catalog. That's when Julie got on board. And she sold out any of the back catalogs to any distributors that would take them. And what I did was I started a relentless push on the internet. I realized that every week new products come out. So instead of being traditional like all my other counterparts are doing, I actually looked at what was in front of me and actually said, okay, well, this is the format, this is the box I'm going to be in. No use crying about it. Let's get it going. I just need to find mastering engineers and graphic guys. That's now the new problem, because this stuff, I don't need pressing this, that, promotion was still kind of unknown in a lot of ways, and that's how I did it. I started Industrial Strength Europe slightly prior to that to get a feel for Europe and what I could do there before this digital onslaught. And that didn't really work out too well, because we were in Italy. I didn't speak Italian. You know, I wasn't used to the work ethic there. And I realized that, you know, the record business is even going to get hit here. It's just not ready yet, but in the next months. And it did. Right after that, it all started hitting the fan. You know, it is what it is. You know, now I kind of feel what people have lost is a better hand-picked selection of tracks from a label. I'm not saying that it's bad. I mean, most labels now, they function in different ways. It's a lot easier to make mistakes when you don't have to pay for it, you know?
Yeah.
You can oversaturate a market, which is what I was doing, because I was reading the websites. And then, as a secondary course of action, I jumped into sample packs at the right time. I had made sample pack for eMagic. It was the biggest selling sample pack for their whole company. We sold like 20,000, 17,000, whatever it was. It was to teach kids how to make music and create samples. I actually did it with the guy I wrote Forgotten Moments with. And so I had a little bit of a light bulb moment. I said, you know, we're in a good position. We've conquered all our legal battles. We've paid off all the artists the outgoing money when the company had the slowdown, which was the main goal. And a lot of people were shocked by that. Even Manu, he's like, man, he goes, I don't know anyone that could dive into the toilet and then fucking take their hand and pull them out with one stroke. He goes, Lenny, he goes, even though the label had its difficulties in this, he goes, you know, it takes a man with a big cock and a bigger set of balls.
Manu has such an amazing way with words.
I'm fallible. You know, the music business hit hard. I wasn't like shielded by it in any way. But what I did was I did the thing, and then I just rebuilt it via the digital, and then the sample packs. And the sample packs, I took the same. I left the label to my partner Jules to actually do more of the day to day, and all that stuff. While I took on doing this sample pack business, because I felt when I had my studio destroyed along the way via a fire and a flood with like 9,000 liters of water going in there, yeah, you can imagine swimming around is my fucking 909, right? And all my records, it was a disaster. So when I got my digital studio, because I figured that was the way to go, you know, I'm always one to jump on the technology, especially at that time. And then I was like, what do I do with this? Where's my synths? Light bulb moment. Wow, I made that stupid software sample pack, which I didn't really think much of. Why don't I get the company to do this? Because this is what we can do, and maybe supplement and get guys to do this. From there, we started down a path that I am absolutely extremely happy about. Like, my counterparts, bless their souls, have all started booking agencies and followed the party. Industrial Strength, you know, it's always been about forwarding things, and I can't think about anything more than bringing proper fucking electronic sounds into producers' hands and let them take it over. You know, we just didn't want to handle bookings that are all based in other countries, you know, so our choice was, let's publish, let's handle music, let's have great relationships with artists, let's dive into creativity with these sounds, and let's see where it leads. And, you know, we're one of the top sample pack makers on Loop Masters. We've had #1 packs in Ableton Live, all kinds of stuff. So I'm pretty proud where we've gotten in the last 10 years. So with this feverish looking at the future, looking at what's in front of me at that time, I think a lot of my other counterparts were focused on what is really happening now. So, you know, Industrial Strength has also been, you know, it's a place for a lot of things. So to me, Industrial Strength has not been about, oh, you have to make a sound like me because I've been producing hits for blah, blah, blah. No, you make it sound like you. Touch me with something.
I was going to ask you about this, actually. A lot of your releases, your own releases, have been collaborations. What is it that draws you towards collaborating with people?
You know, I was hoping someone would ever ask me this part. Because look, I grew up at a time making records where if you wanted to make a record, and I'm not talking a track, I'm talking a record, you needed other people. So feeding on energy from a person has not only been my strong point, it actually sets me back to where my traditional production roots. You know, I'm a producer, I'm not a musician. The collaboration is what sparks, for me, the excitement. I've been doing remixes lately for Hard Electronic and some other little French labels and things like that by myself. I don't need anybody for that, but I prefer to work with other people. I always have. I've created such memorable and sometimes really shitty.
Tell me.
I'm not shooting my flute. And you know, but that's part of the process. You know, it's my body of work.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, you know, even working, you know, I have to say about being an engineer, being a producer, and being a musician that wants to accomplish loads of different styles, you kind of got to know what you're good at, what you're not. And I make no mistake about it. I don't believe my own hype. I'm only as good as my last track. And I have a work ethic like a fucking rhino in heat. You know, the thing is, I could do the vocals. And here's the funny story about that. I've been doing vocals on tracks since the 80s.
You were called Lenny the Vokes D, right?
Well, you know,
I saw that.
I always wanted to record, right? So I got a mic, but who am I going to record? No one's going to come sing in my mother's fucking basement, and all these fucking tracks needed a concept. Because back in the day, it was like, all right, what do you call this fucking thing, you know? Without somebody in a club hearing, you know, some kind of magical sound, or like, you know, that's why the Deep House, all those early Chicago records, is like, by the way, you know, whatever. You know, you'd know what the instrumental is when it's going, boom, 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 you know. So you had these little gimmicky catches. So in order to record better and learn how to be a better recordist, and I actually did a lot of old things like with Frankie Bones where we were doing all the vocals. So I had to record it. And, you know, it started with Ralphie D, Bamboo, and then it started with the other thing, It's All in Your Mind. And I did all these other little weird things. And it just happened that we were in I don't know where the fuck I was, and it was a hardcore record. And it was Marc Acardipane, I think, because we were really pissed off about Mayday and all this stuff that had happened on the show, and I had a real heavy hardcore guy, my friend that I grew up with, that actually got me to do fucking Hostile, who was really hard. He's in prison in and out, but at that time I took him to Europe to give him some ecstasy and try to chill him out, but it didn't work. And then we created the Leathernecks.
So, Lenny D, Forgotten Moments, you did the drums. Somebody else made them sound better.
Then we all put it all together, and we put it in the blender, and then we hit play, and then you got actually a very funny story about this. Nobody liked this record.
Tell me after the record.
What up, Oblivion crew? Khaoz Engine in the building. I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It's been a shit year, but we got through it. I've been super busy in the studio writing all kinds of new tracks. It's coming out in 2021. And stay tuned, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace!
Yo, we're back.
We are back.
How good was that again, man?
Yeah, he's a legend, isn't he?
Absolutely
You can just listen to him tell those stories forever.
Exactly, like the stuff with like Nasenbluten and all that, like just
Yeah.
When I was interviewing him, you know, I couldn't believe how good the content was. I was just like,
yeah.
But you have to remember that this interview was originally 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours long. We had to edit it down because it was a lot of sideways stuff, but just gold, just absolute gold. I think everybody in the chat is absolutely loving it.
There's a few people you could listen to chat like that for hours, and like Luke Producer and Lenny and guys like that. Just you could just sit and listen to him forever, couldn't you?
It's just like, tell me another one.
yeah. You want to make your sit off, don't you? Like,
come back to
ours.
Just sit in the corner and tell a story. Exactly.
That's some shit.
Everybody in the chat is loving it. People are staying locked, so thank you for staying in guys, and I'm glad you enjoy it so much. Awesome. Shall we get on to
top 10?
Is it top 10? Oh, it is top 10 already. Wow.
Top 10 time.
Okay. Let's get on to it. So, first up in our top 10 is... It's you! It's Greg Dolphin. Heavy hitter.
Heavy Hitler.
Well, I'm surprised it's taken so long for one of your tracks to come up, to be honest.
Well, it's going to be all 10 of them now, isn't it?
Fucking hell, don't get this chat started. I said that on the last stream, didn't I? Or was it in the after party? I can't remember because we had a 2-hour after party as well.
I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to play it. Tell us about after. Let's go. Dolphin, right. Heavy hitter, Ebbs and Flows, Prospect, go.
Him with a brick. Him with a bat. 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 Slashing him brick. No trap when I hit him with a brick. Or hit him with a bat. Hit him with a brick. Hit him with a bat. Hit him with a brick. Hit him with a bat. Slashing him brick. No trap when I hit him with a brick. Hit him with a bat. Hit him with a brick. Hit him with a bat. Hit him with a brick. Hit him with a bat. Hit him with a brick. Hit him with a bat. Hit him with a brick. Hit him with a bat. Hit him with a brick. Hit him with a bat. Hit him with a brick. Hit him with a bat. Hit him with a brick. Hit him with a bat. Hit him with a brick. Hit him with a bat. Hit him with a brick. Hit him with a bat. Hit him with a brick. Hit him with a bat. Slashing him brick. No trap when I hit him with a brick. Or hit him with a bat. Slashing him brick. No trap when I hit him with a brick. Or hit him with a bat. Hit him with a brick. Hit him with a bat. Hit him with a brick. Hit him with a bat. Hit him with a brick. Hit him with a bat. Hit him with a brick. Hit him with a bat. Hit him with a brick. Hit him with a bat. Hit him with a brick. Hit him with a bat. Hit him with a brick. Hit him with a bat. Hit him with a brick. Hit him with a bat.
Yo. Dolphin in the Wizzy.
Thanks for everyone that voted.
Yeah.
Very kind of you. Much
Big
appreciated.
tune. Big tune.
Big tune.
Someone said in the chat, it's cool how you managed to use the vocal hook throughout the whole track and it doesn't get boring nor feel like it oversaturates. Well, that's
lucky.
Kind of what they said. I embellished it a little bit. It's gone from my view, so I can't see it.
Yeah. Someone else asked me if I paid Ocean Wisdom for the sample. No, Ocean Wisdom paid me.
Exactly. Someone wrote, when is Crossbreed going to die? Bleediant. Is that you would like it to die, or is that Crossbreed for life? Let me know.
Is that Crossbreed? That's not Crossbreed, is it?
I have no idea.
200 BPM, yeah.
Well, it's got a snare in it, so it must be Crossbreed.
It's got a snare, yeah. It must be the clanging snare, yeah.
Oh,
that's my New Year's resolution is going to be no more clanging snares in 2021.
I unsubscribed from this.
Yeah.
Everyone like it. Everyone loves it. Great stuff. Good one, Greg.
Cheers, man. Cheers, dude. Let's do number 9.
Let's do number 9. Prototypes and Berzark back in the charts again. Lock and load. Berzark. How do you pronounce it, dude? I'm presuming it means AE.
It's got the dots over the A.
That means
so,
AE though, right? So it's Berzark. Yeah, Berzark. Berzark. Lock and load. I played this one in my last live stream after seeing it in the poll again, so it proves that it's good for finding new music. All right, let's go.
Cool.
Yo, we're back. Good work getting into the top 10, guys. Fucking awesome. I'm laughing because almost perfectly on cue, we say Crossbreed is dying because someone said it, and Noel appears like he's been resurrected. Like, who said Crossbreed is?
he was just lurking in the shadows. He was waiting for the moment.
Yeah. Hey, Noel, you okay, man?
Shout out, bro.
Go and find the guy and kill him. Good one again to Berzark.
Berzark. I'm sure it's Berzark. It must be.
And Prototypes.
Yeah.
Second track in the top 20 and first track in the top 10. So awesome. Again, another dance floor slammer. People in the chat saying, oh, who voted for this? Guys, it's a poll. That's the point. If you don't like it, don't vote for it. encourage other people to vote for what you like. I guess it's. I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking Goudan Coularus Triple. It's from
nice. Well pronounced.
Yeah, Carolus Triple. It's from the brewery around the corner. I got some tokens, 300 euros of tokens from work for use at places of cultural significance, and it turns out that there's a museum which has a brewery attached to it around the corner, so I spent them all on beer.
Amazing. Yeah. Amazing. Great idea. I'm still on I'm on Mojito Desperados now.
Oh, nice. So I put in the chat before, if we get 100 likes, then we'll do shots, I guess, of tequila. Makes sense. So we've got 90, so 10 more shots, 10 more likes, then shots.
10 more shots and you have a like.
Yeah. All right. Let's go on to the next. Number 8 in the poll is Oblivion and Penta with This World. Great track. Right, I'm just going to go straight into this because it's lovely.
Props, Aaron.
Yeah, nice one, Aaron. Well deserved, man.
Look at this world. This beautiful world. A world where dreams come true. But this world is a lie. This world deserves to die.
Beautiful track.
Yeah, man.
Really captured both artists there.
Yeah, really, really nice stuff. Melodic. It's got Oblivion's vibes. It's got Aaron's like awesome kicks and everything. Yeah, it's a great track all around, isn't it? Well deserved in the top 10.
Definitely. Aaron was in the chat before. I don't know if he's disappeared, but yo, Aaron, you made the top 10, bro.
Yay!
Hopefully he comes back. He's probably laying in the sofa, to be honest. 95. I've got my tequila, Greg, just in case, you know.
I haven't got any tequila. I'll find. I've got a whole
the tequila you had?
cupboard of. I drank it all, didn't I? That's why I was so drunk. Man, I was so smashed. Oh man. Oh,
go and fetch some, mate, because we're gonna hit 100 likes in no time, I'm sure.
I'll do it when this track's playing.
Yeah. Okay.
I will.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody's loving the track. I'm not going to stop. So next up, we have got at number 7, KRTM, Man with a Knife.
Ooh.
Let's get
what
into this tune. Let's go. Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Casimir's just got that artist genius thing going on, right?
Yeah, he's
And the
amazing.
Hoovers,
He is.
big Hoovers.
Everything. He's got that huge, big fuck off rave sound, doesn't he? It sounds fantastic at clubs and that, doesn't it? So good.
I just want to say a shout to Robert Mo. He's leaving our moderator in the chat because he's not very well. Hey, thanks, Robert, and thanks for all your help with everything with the stream tonight. Respect to you, man. Sleep tight, bro.
Cool, ladies, man.
So yeah, KOTM, Man with Knife. He's got a few tracks called Man with something like Man with Gun and Man. I wonder what the story is behind that.
I know. I'll ask him. I'll find out.
Yeah. Okay, so that is 10,
7.
9, 8, 7. That means we've got one more left, and then we get to the top 5. Ooh, exciting.
Ooh.
Oh, and 3 more likes till shots. So if we can get
4.
3 more likes in the next track, then we'll start drinking properly, right?
Shots. Yeah, I've got my shot ready.
Okay. Up at number 6, it is Somniac One, Kill Everyone, Deathmachine.
Oh, what a
remix.
beast.
Let's get
What
in.
a beast.
We got 100, by the way. 100. Absolute monster.
What a killer. What a killer.
Absolute killer. Steph, I don't know why Steph's not here tonight, by the way.
He's in the chat before, I think.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Noel didn't miss the opportunity to come in. By the way, this Deathmachine remix is crossbreed. Classic Noel.
Golf clap.
Golf clap indeed. So that is the 15. And then we've got 5 left.
Yeah.
Big tracks left to play.
We've got to do shots first.
Oh yeah, we have. Thanks.
So,
By the way, whoever was teasing on the 100 and then taking it off and putting it to 99 and then 100 again, fuck you. Right, so what are you drinking, Greg?
So that's a good question, Joe, because I'm going to tequila, but I got some of this Amaretto Velvet for Christmas.
Isn't that like 20%?
And Kahlua.
So
yes,
you're gonna...
20% plus 20% in one shot is 40%.
Fuck, that's bullshit, man. You need to have
tastes
2
delicious,
shots.
right? There you go. Here's my shot.
Hold on. I've got
I'm waiting.
proper tequila this time. Last time I was a bit embarrassed that I didn't get a good tequila, so I spent 40 euros on a proper bottle of mezcal tequila input. So,
has it got worm in it?
No.
Do you remember that sit-off? Were you at the sit-off with Scorpio was in it? I'm sure Dino and Antones were definitely there and a few others. And we drank a bottle of tequila, and whoever got the last swig had to drink the worm.
Yeah.
That was pretty gross. Yeah.
We used to do that all
the
time, yeah.
Were you there?
I wasn't there, but I have had a few worm experiences.
Does happen, right?
Yeah. All right. Cheers, guys. I've got a lovely
cool
skull.
Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Respect. Get yourself a drink.
That's fucking lekker.
Oh.
See, look at the difference. You're like, oh, the pain. I'm like, that's delicious.
It went up my nose while I swallowed it.
That was really,
really nice, though. You should have another one.
Wow. I will have another one.
Treat yourself. Okay.
Cheers.
Oh, I need a swig of my beer after that. So, we have done...
Oh, Steph's just turned up.
Oh, hi, Steph.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for popping in, Steph. The track's just been played.
Yeah.
You were 6th.
Yeah, you got number 99. It was close.
So, I'm trying to remember where we are. So, okay.
Lenny.
So, we're going to go to Lenny, but we're going to have a little hello from somebody who's pretty much just been played. Let's do that. And then we're going to go into Lenny. So, 15-20 minutes more of Lenny, and then we'll get to the final 5. All right, guys? Peace.
Ooh, exciting. Cheers.
Hey, guys. I just wanted to wish you all a Happy New Year. Hope everyone is doing fine, and I wish you all the best for next year. See you guys.
Okay, so yeah, that was Forgotten Moments.
Good track.
Yeah, good track, right?
I wonder who did that. I don't know.
So is that one of the moments that you forgot, or what?
Yeah, it was when I was exploring, because I did the Dreamer prior, and like we just released a remix of the Forgotten Moments classical with Vitali and Mariana, which I thought was, I only released it because I really felt like, wow, I've always wanted to have that sort of in that way, because Steve Gibbs, who I did it with, he's classically trained, really. So like the Dreamer, when I did that EP, I touched on, it took me a long time to get the parts, and I also worked with a few other guys that were in-house in Industrial Strength to get more synths and to just like step away from what was happening in the hardcore and the techno and everything else. Yeah. And it wasn't even because trance was popular, because I don't even think that was really, it was just more of an emotional thing. I had gone through a lot as a person, and I just said, I just want to make records like I want to make. I want to try to make something more. And everybody kind of got the Dreamer, but nobody actually got the other tracks. And I thought the other tracks, if you listen to them, they're dancey, whatever, but they all got the melodies. I spent so much time on the melodies. It was incredible. And then, even with the Forgotten Moments, nobody knows the other sides and all the other things, but that record was done in Australia, in Adelaide, in a bedroom. Then it was recorded in other places, and then everything was done in my studio in, I think in Brooklyn at the time. So, yeah, it was like a record. So it was like producing a record. And Steve was my roommate. So at the end of the day, and we just finished that sample pack I was telling you about. So we were on a roll. Yeah. He just got his keyboard, shipped it, and I was like, wow. and I had this beat and everything, and I was just like this, and I was like, you just did something. I was like, man, we just started, and that was it. We designed every sound. I mean, it took us 2 weeks, a week, maybe more, to get that with the studio not being shut off.
Yeah.
And I had done some other masterpieces that along the way that the studio got completely shut off. I had made this other, what was supposed to be the third one, and never came out because the power went off in when I had my studio in the city, and this 11.5-minute fucking masterpiece just all went.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, it was bad. So I never really picked it up, and nobody really got Forgotten Moments. I thought it was done. I was a little upset. I said, I thought it was something special. It wasn't like just I'm gonna make a riff for the sake of making a riff. It's not the same gabber as.
Well, we got it. In the UK, we fucking got it for sure.
Yes, it came after the fact. Like, here's what happened. Like, we had moved Industrial Strength by then. I still had stock of the original press. Okay, right? It's crazy, right? And I don't know, Julie and I started up with Industrial Strength Europe. We got back a little bit with the records. This is right when the digital was pooping around. All of a sudden, we get this little insurgence in our storage space. I have the stock from the company. I just didn't have it in the office because we had downsized and I had so many records. And then we changed office again, and then we had the whole basement, and then I was access to everything. And before you know it, this record starts to go. And I was sitting there, I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then we kind of got Ophidian much later because after a while, I was like, if there's any one person I want to do this, it's him. After the Butterfly.
Oh, absolutely nailed it.
He gets it.
Oh, shit, did he get it?
And he gave it that modern thing of now, but he took care of it it took him a very long time. Even the classical version that's out, you don't maybe appreciate it for what because it's not this dance floor thing. The guys actually made the hard and the techno stuff after thinking maybe it's better because it's Industrial Strength, but the real classical one was the one. I didn't even care about the others. They wanted to do it. I thought, well, okay, I don't think anyone's going to get it either way, but let's just go for it. Fuck it. We got the tracks, and I was so happy and pleased that they did because I might have some opportunities next year, I can't say, but to do some classical verse electronic, and that would be a score that I could maybe recompose it. But the record was a sleeper at first, and really the UK is the one that got it more.
Yeah, you can thank producer Scorpio, Dolphin. They were the people that were hammering it out, and everyone was going crazy for it. And I guess Simon was probably the one that was selling it for you.
Definitely. Simon, Rubik, SBM, all the distributors got that, and we had enough of them that it actually worked out at the end. They just didn't have covers due to whatever over time, but some were lost along the way of the catalog. So we started readdressing that. That's how we kind of got back into it, and I started to attack the digital. Because I realized, well, let me get rid of this. How to put a suit and tie on, I guess. And Jules, with her background, is totally something totally different. It's banking, actually. So she managed to, with her and me together, we got Industrial Strength past that really difficult dip, which most of the labels in our category did not, or even in other genres, didn't even go meet the, get over the wall, basically. Yeah. So it was just about, being smart and, even with the sounds, I'm excited now all the time. And I'm excited when I get music for industrial, I'm just making my time so I can, really do this, do what I was doing before, but kind of unfolding. I'm bad on social media, but I'm a fucking hustler, so I'm banging out products all the time. So not products, things.
Well,
records,
we talked about
not rolling papers.
Rolling papers,
You can get high with me, right?
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me, bro.
It's organic, 100% organic and ash free. So when you burn it, the only thing you're smoking is what's inside it. And look, It's really big, so you know what you should be putting inside it, right?
Right, so
and you fucking DJ mix on the other side, moving with smoke technology. We're gonna have all kinds of things, but if you want to go analog, industrial strength R101. This is the first release after ISR 100. So there's no record, there's no release. It's this. So
okay,
smoke with us.
So I mean, I guess this brings us to like current day. The branding, the products that you're producing. You already talked about the sample packs, which has been, I guess, dare I say, a life save for the label in a way. It was a lifeline, right?
I'm not denying it. Yeah, I didn't think it would be. It's just that I put the same work ethic in, you know, and I treat the sound designers like when I started to do this, like the talk around the business, because I was just getting into it. I really have no idea how deep I could have went. Was like our sound designers artists, and following like what Loop Masters is. Yeah, they are, and so are producers, and so how the fuck do I do this? I got an edge, man. Nobody's gonna make the crazy shit that I'm gonna make. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, I could corner it, and I had BHK, which was the most legendary drum and bass packs for their time. It was when sample packs and drum and bass hit the bottom, techno hit the bottom, there were no hard anything that was worth anything. And I came in with a drum and bass designer that set the pace for all the modern drum and bass you hear right now. Like those drums are all those infamous Skrillex drums. These are from our sample packs. Maybe not from the pack it found its way, but all these sounds were designed from a guy, and we did, I mean, out the box, you know. So I totally approached the sample pack label like, all right, I know what I could get to. Let me see what I got to do. And I just used every bit of the shit I can. We got live percussion packs from some musician friends, stuff with Sly and the Family Stone, the bass player, and fucking drummers, and all kinds of electronic artists. Next year we're gonna work, I can tell you straight, we're gonna work with End User. I know that's gonna fuck everybody's head up.
Shout to Lynn.
Devastating motherfucking pack.
Yeah, man. Guy's a rude boy.
So we're not gonna go with the norm, though. I can't really say who, but Lynn and I, we're already underway with it. There's gonna be a few other amazing producers that are current and modern. I don't have, like I said, I want the packs to also be able to get all these styles and the new guys and maybe experienced guys, and we're gonna run lots of different things, mastering packs where you can just open up and you got some signal chains. So I kind of feel I'm getting more buzz out of making stuff for kids to make stuff and seeing their responses and getting things from them, like, hey man, where did this come from?
Well, you're being instrumental in you're facilitating creativity, and this is amazing.
It's not like every pack makes $1 million. It doesn't work like it's performance based. I released you could release a harp sample pack. That doesn't mean you're gonna make fucking money selling harps. So even with the hard stuff we do this, there's a limited amount of audience for this stuff. But as all the music, techno, we're involved in all these underground stuff. Our sample packs are unique. I do get stuff from sound designers, so I mix it up. So you get these really super HD ones and super typical ones, but they really fit the bill, and the melodies and stuff are actually good, and they're usable with all of these techno drone, dark cinematic fucking blah blah blah, So there is it allows me to really expand, and it's actually opened up my head really. This is why I made this record with Dave Rogers. Delta 9, and it's like this. It's just kind of like, all right, let's just do a record. Fuck it, like we used to. Didn't even care. I didn't even care who we listened. We didn't listen to anything. We just did it. And I was like, wow, I don't know if anyone's gonna get this shit.
let's try and we've been talking for ages, so
it's probably the longest interview in history.
Well, no, it's fine. I would happily talk to you for ages.
What
we'll have to do is
fucked up crazy questions. I was like,
whoa. We will bring you back on the show for some more for sure. But I'm going to run through some quick fire questions for you. Okay, the top 3 most influential people in your life.
My wife, my dad, and my mom.
So let me ask you, if you had any advice for like DJs, for example, or producers in the modern day and age, what would that advice be? First of all, for DJs.
I know you're preoccupied with your social media. I understand its value. Don't get me wrong. But really don't lose sight of the reason why you do this. If it's really not the music, then this doesn't really apply to you. But if you're into this for the music, really, really hone in your skills. You should be able to play music on a CD player. You should be able, if you're making music, even if you don't write music, I don't, and I produced over 900 records. You have to know what's in here and get it in there. If you need to learn a DAW to be productive in the studio, learn the fucking DAW.
And so from that, advice for the scene in general, the hardcore scene, what would you, if you were to send, like, in like 2 sentences, or 1 sentence, let's say, advice for the scene in general? I know 1 sentence is difficult for you.
Yeah, really check on the talent. Really oversee who's really a superstar, and don't lose focus of that. Creating products and things, it's all good, but just keep an eye on the new blood, and if the scene is going to stay alive, then it's got to be a pie that everybody can eat from.
Yeah. I thank you, Lenny, from the bottom of my heart for coming on here. I see you as a legend. I see you as you inspire me. Thank you for coming on the show. And I think it fitting that we close with Disciples of Annihilation, New York City Speedcore, which is one of my favourite tracks from your label.
Yes, it's a classical number. So if you want to tap your feet, there'll be hors d'oeuvres at the bar later.
Okay.
Come on, have a check.
Well,
all people.
Thank you, Lenny.
All right, buddy.
Respect. And we close. Ciao.
City Speaker!
I really enjoyed that interview, man.
Wow, what an interview, man. Thanks.
Wow. Everyone in the chat seems to like it as well.
I wasn't saying it to you. I was saying it to Lenny. You know.
He just said, "Nice interview, Joe." But if you're watching, Lenny or Jules, thank you very much. That really meant a lot to me, and yeah, proper fanboy stuff. So thanks very much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. Nice track as well. Nice track to finish his interview with.
Yeah, and even a little dance. I love it. A good evening to Francis Tripped, who's finally joined the chat.
Mr. Skeeter is in the house.
Easy Skeets. Yeah, so starting to feel a little bit drunk now, I'm not going to lie. I'm sure everybody in the chat's probably feeling it a little bit as well. I know Dean Devastator, because he's been messaging me going, it's your fault, I'm so wasted.
I think Nori wants us to do another shot.
Oh, we need 110 likes for another shot. So if you want to try and get that up to 110 likes on the YouTube, then we'll definitely do more shots. And Greg's not doing a pussy Disaronno shot this time.
Yes, I am. No. I've already made it. It's already.
Oh my God.
No peer pressure.
You've changed.
Yep.
Okay, let's no, that's for your voice, lad. Gay. Okay, whatever. Right. So let's get into
top five.
Because I'm sure people don't want to sit here watching us be drunk.
Yes,
number 5, it is The Outside Agency, More Primitive.
What tune?
Big tune. The original was good. This one's up there with it. Let's go.
We scratch the surface. There you have it. People hiding behind their bright, colorful wrappings of bullshit, hoping that it'll hide what they really are deep down inside underneath it all. All it takes is a little inconvenience, and then you start to see them. To yourselves.
Agency, formidable as ever.
Formidable, indeed. Yeah, no,
yeah.
Production's just off the charts, isn't it?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean,
just
yes,
guys.
Yeah.
Noel, I know you're in the chat. Fucking amazing. The whole EP was.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, good stuff. Someone's just jumped in. Somebody, Denise, saying, What did I miss? We're like 2 hours deep, Denise.
Yeah. It's like walking into the sit-off, isn't it? And suddenly, like,
haven't got any Garys.
Everyone's chewing their faces, and then someone walks in nice and fresh.
Yeah, Denise, you can rewind the whole thing right now and then catch up. Lenny D interview, loads of good music. Anyway, well done, Noel, Frank, brilliant stuff. Really good.
Yeah.
Everyone in the chat is absolutely loving it, as to be expected. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Have we got? We're one like off another shot, by the way. So I think we should just wait until we get it.
Okay.
One more like on YouTube, and it's shot time.
Was that just one more?
There we
Have
go.
I got a lag? Yeah, I'm ready.
Somebody was waiting with it lined up in the barrel.
I've got my gourmet shots ready.
Gourmet shots. I've got tequila. Tequila. Cheers.
Tequila.
And cheers to everybody at home. Enjoy.
Prost.
Yes, I'm a little bit tipsy, but it's my show, so fuck you. Okay, next up we have somebody like the DJ producer. I can't describe it. Big tune.
I can't describe it.
I can't. I'm just going to play it instead of trying to describe it. Let's go.
What a tune!
What a tune! Mixed reviews in the chat. A few people aren't a fan, but
it's the vocals. Some people, the vocals polarize some people, but
definitely.
I know Luke said he'd written it without the vocals, and then he felt it needed a little more jazz.
Yeah.
And and just whack the CC Peniston a cappella in, because why not?
Great. It's great. And if you listen to it in its entirety, again, it's one of those ones I had to chop, and I really didn't want to, but if you listen to it in its entirety, it really is a journey of music. It has like a half step thing, and it's good in my opinion. And
what about the half step?
It deserves a place in the top 5, to my opinion. Anyway,
I mean, when you hear it in the club, it goes off. It's just a fun party track, and
yeah, it gets the girls dancing. The girls
get
are
me
dancing, then the boys are dancing, right?
Yeah.
So that's number 4.
What's number 3?
I don't know. We're going to find out. For everyone in the chat, by the way, going, Joe's drunk face. La, la, la.
You junk face.
It's because of these headphones again. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had some beers and what?
Yeah, I've had some beers.
Merry Christmas. It's my end of
and what?
It's my end of year works party, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, with your one co-worker.
What we got at number 3? Oh no.
Must be some kind of shit.
Dolphin, Ebbs.
How is it not number 1?
I don't know. I didn't do the votes.
I want to recount.
Oh, you're not Trump, bro.
I am. I'm going to trump you, mate.
Don't start trumping on me. I'm just going to play it. Yo, can I have my high five on that? That was fucking. I haven't got words. We did it all in the last show. Just fucking sensational. I agree with the sentiments in the chat. I'm surprised that this isn't the top track. Honestly, that is absolutely breathtaking. Well done, man.
Ah, thank you, dude.
People in the chat. Greg, sorry, Steph, Deathmachine, absolutely superb track, Greg.
No, cheers, guys.
Demanufacturer. Difficult question, though. Is this crossbreed?
No, it doesn't have the clangy snare, does it? It's no clangy snare.
Oh, it misses the clangy snare. Yeah, there's no clangy snare, so no, it's not crossbreed.
I missed out on that.
Nah.
Yeah.
What else have we got in here? Epic as fuck. I can see this being used as a TV advert. What kind of product would we be selling?
What would you be selling? Nail guns.
Emotional nail guns for people in a troubled relationship.
A soothing nail gun. Yeah.
You see those nail mats for people to lie on. Like the evolution of that is you get guns now and you like staple them.
Yeah. Oh, you know those massage guns that smash the shit out?
Yeah,
you know, those
with nails.
pneumatic ones.
Yeah.
Stick a nail in there.
Nailed it, mate.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Oh, God. What's next?
Yeah, let's move on to the next one. Okay. So that's number 3. Number 2 in the underground hardcore.
It better be good to be that.
Of 20. It's fucking you again.
It's a fix.
It's rigged. Fix. I wish it was. This wouldn't be there if it was. Right.
Nice.
I love this one. I've been playing this. I can't even remember a time when I didn't play this now. Let's put it on. Let's go.
Dave.
Around me, green is the money, dollar bill, yo. Cash rules everything around me. You got stick-up kids, corrupt cops, and crack rocks. Cash rules everything around me. Cash rules everything around me. Cash rules everything around me. Rolling with this one and that one, pulling out gas for fun. Cash rules everything around me. Cash rules everything around me. Cash rules everything around me. Green is the money, dollar bill, yeah. You got stick-up kids, corrupt cops, and crack rocks and stray shots, all in a block that stays hot. Let's start it like this, son. Rolling with this one and that one, pulling out gats for fun.
I grew up the fucking screw up. Got introduced to the game, got an ounce and fucking blew up. Chop the rock overnight. The nigga Biggie Small trying to turn it to the black Frank White. We had to blow just to change our description. 2 cops is on the milk box missing. Shows they told you know they got stepped on. A fist full of bullets, a chest full of Teflon. I grew up the fucking screw up. Got introduced to the game, got an ounce and fucking blew up. I grew up the fucking screw up. Got introduced to the game, got an ounce and fucking blew up. I grew up the fucking screw up. Got introduced to the game, got an ounce and fucking blew up. I grew up the fucking screw up. Got introduced to the game, got an ounce and fucking blew up.
Stick-up kids, corrupt cops, and crack rocks. Rolling with this one and that one, pulling out gats for fun. I grew up the fucking screw up. I grew up the fucking screw up.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Blue for life, yo.
Yo. What can I say? Amazing. Someone said Joe's favorite track's going to be number 1. I'd just like to make it clear here. I didn't even fucking vote on this. I made a point of not voting. So Oh, it's Skeets, actually. Yeah, fuck off, Skeets, man. Why am I even bothering? Yeah, this is a banger. Again, well done, Greg.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, thanks for everyone that voted. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Somebody, Luke Gurdon had a question. He said, "How much woo could a Wu-Tang woo if a Wu-Tang could tang woo?"
Wow, well done. Yeah. Woo.
Okay.
Woo knew.
Woo. We're supposed to have another shot, by the way, because we
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'll have to make one.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for the pre-warning. Where's the fucking...
I didn't even notice it when it was 110 already.
Get all the shit. Didn't we do one for 110?
No.
Okay. Cool. So, just number one to go.
We're going to do number one, and then we'll do like a questions and answers at the end. So if anybody's got any questions for me or Greg or anything about anything, then whatever, we'll answer them, and then we'll close the show. So, one last shot, and we'll drink.
One last shot.
We'll drink.
The 2020.
To 2020. To questionable decisions. Anything to add?
Well, I mean, it's been a crazy fucking year, right?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, there's been some. It's been really good in some ways. I think, you know, it's shown that like people still love hardcore even when there's no clubs. You know, it's kind of like it's really shown, you know, the community coming together, the Prospect streams every night and stuff. You know, it's been it's been amazing to see how everyone's rallied together.
This what we're doing right now, I wouldn't have done this. It wouldn't have been kickstarted again if it wasn't for what happened.
Yeah.
We did the Oblivion show ages ago, and it was good and all, but it wasn't quite. It was too much. The effort versus reward balance wasn't correct.
Mm-hmm.
But now this is sustainable. You know, it's yeah. The year that Ian Colin Pensome said, the year that never was. But you have to take some positives, right? So,
yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers to you and to everybody else.
And to everybody else. Oh. Okay, so this.
Someone's just asked me where I get my. Someone's just asked me where I get my inspiration for Crossbird. Okay.
Let's do the question. So, this was the Underground Hardcore Poll 20. Thank
number one
for taking part. And this is the number one track.
This has got to be the best track I've ever heard.
Ready? It is.
Ready. I'm kind of ready.
Tripped and Detest Bag of Dicks. Woohoo!
You fucking what, mate?
You thought you had this in the bag, not the bag of dicks.
No. Bag of dicks. Wow.
Congratulations to Daniel and Francis.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Fair dues, chaps. Fair dues, chaps.
It just goes to show, though, Greg, you can write the most amazing music in the world, but at the end of the day, people just want a bag of dicks.
Well played, Joe. Well played.
Right, I'm playing it. Go.
I will punch him. Bag of dicks. I will punch him. Bag of dicks. Baby bear in his shit. Picture this, I'm a bag of dicks, put me to your lips, I am sick, I will punch a baby bear in his shit. Picture this, I'm a bag of dicks, put me to your lips. I am sick, I will punch a baby bear in his shit. Picture this, I'm a bag of dicks, put me to your lips. will punch a baby bear in his shit.
I'm a bag of dicks, put me to your lips. I am sick, I will punch a baby bear in his shit. Picture this, I'm a bag of dicks, put me to your lips. I am sick, I will punch a baby bear in his shit. I am sick, I will punch a bag of dicks, baby bear in his shit. Bag of dicks.
Woo!
Woo! So that
Congratulations,
was
Francis and Daniel.
Francis and Daniel.
Well played.
Fucking
well
awesome.
played.
Whoever said we should do a top 50? Yeah, next year we can do a top 50 if we can do it on a good day, for sure.
When you got 7 hours to go through all the tracks, like.
Yeah. But I'm up for it. Totally. Somebody also said it's a testament to Oblivion and this poll that we have a BPM range of 135 BPM to 210 BPM in our top 20. And it has been quite an eclectic mix. It hasn't just been like one particular subgenre style throughout, you know. I'm quite happy with how that came out, actually. So, yeah. Thanks to everyone for voting. I just want to do a quick roundup of the top 20. So at 20, Adamant Scream, This Breaks My Fucking Heart. At 19, Detest and Satan, Walk. 18, Producer, Can't Fuck With Me. 17, Frenesifts and Berzark, Bad to the Bone. 16, Somniac One, Hard Since 92. 15, Satan, Wrong Master. 14, The Outside Agency, The Plant. 13, Ophidian, Electric Resonance. 12, Ophidian, Silver. 11, Detest and Tripped, Hardcore to the Penis XL. 10, Dolphin, Heavy Hitter. 9, Berzark, Lock and Load. 8, Ophidian and Penta, This World. 7, KRTM, Man with Knife. 6, Somniac One, Kill Everyone, Deathmachine Remix. 5, The Outside Agency, More Primitive. 4, The DJ Producer, Can't Describe It, Finally. 3, Dolphin, Ebbs. 2, Dolphin, Running Out of Cream. 1, Detest and Tripped, Bag of Dicks. Thanks for everyone for voting. Really appreciate it. Awesome.
There was no Hellfish.
There was no Hellfish.
He released like 15 albums.
I know. Well, he didn't share on any of his social medias or anything, so
Bad fish.
Bad fish. But that's what it is. You have to tell people.
He put out some cracking tracks this year, to be fair.
Yeah, he has totally. And this isn't my choice of tracks. If it was, then he would be in there. But it's just what the public vote for, you know.
Yeah, totally.
So thank you to everyone for tuning in, and we're gonna open for questions now. So you had a question before, Greg, that you wanted to answer. So go for it.
Forgotten what it was. I can't remember what it was. It was something to do with how do you get your inspiration for Crossbird? Someone asked me.
Yeah. So how
do I get my inspiration for Crossbird? I guess I go out with I go out with my crossbow.
I've got a crossbird. She's sat in there. She's really cross.
Mine's really happy. She's upstairs mixing. So. Yeah.
Any questions? Put them in the chat and we'll answer them. We're going to do 15 minutes. I've got these headphones on again. 15 minutes maximum, and we'll do questions and answers. Any questions for me or Greg?
Wanda wants to know what's my personal favourite track of the year.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Oh Christ, there's been so many. There's been some great albums this year. It's hard to pick a track. But yeah, the Arca album is absolutely fantastic. If you haven't heard that, Itel album is absolutely superb as well. One of Tricks Point never had a new album out. That was weird and interesting, but I love his stuff. So it's been some really, really good stuff this year. Okay. I think a lot of like artists have had time to kind of really play around, you know, with no gigs and stuff. It's like, what are you going to do? You're going to go into the studio and write some stuff. And for me, especially, it's been nice making some tracks where you don't have to think about the dance floor, and playing some streams, some like live streams and stuff that I've done this year, where you didn't have to like worry about the dance floor. You know, you could just, you know, play some really nice experimental, interesting stuff. And I miss sets like that. Should be more of those. Yeah. Okay. I wrote a whole EP of some genre that hasn't been invented yet. I think it's like kind of 200 BPM footwork jungle 90s house. So yeah, why not?
Awesome. I got a question in the chat here. Joe, any chance of doing a New Year's Eve stream or doing a show on the Friday night so we can chat, hang out and dance away? I'm actually playing on a New Year's Eve stream. If you head over to my page, then you'll see it there. I've got a 30-minute set where I'm just going to play like 200 to 220 and just ape shit. So that is happening on New Year's Eve. Any more for you, Greg?
Something about a Switch Technique collab. So, I don't know about a collab, but Dom's just asked me to remix one of the tracks on his new album, so I'm going to be working on that, I think. But yeah, we should do another collab. I miss Dom.
Yeah, me too. He's been dealing with some shit though, so
yeah.
He said
he's all good.
He's just about to drop an album though.
Yeah, he is. I've heard it. It's really good. It's really nice.
Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah.
I played it on. I started with all the tracks on my last podcast on the Fractal stream 2 weeks ago, or a week ago. Dolphin, what is the tune of yours you are most proud of?
Oh, this year, Ebbs, and maybe ever actually.
Or Ebbs ever, yeah. Okay.
Maybe, yeah. Golden Linings as well is something I'm really proud of. Possibly, yeah. Okay.
People asking, did we announce the winner for the album from the last show? I picked it. Did I not announce it?
Bad Joe.
If I didn't, I'm sorry.
Who was it? Pick someone out of the chat, random.
It was Matty Block X that won it. I've got it written down here, but I just picked it up. Matty, if you're watching now, Matty Block X, you won the Dolphin LP. I just didn't put it on Facebook. I'm sorry.
You're such a twat, Joe.
Well, at least I'm answering the question. I could just like pretend that it didn't happen. Yeah, Matty Block X. And so Greg, you need to post it to him.
How am I supposed to post it?
I don't know. You promised it was going to be signed in semen or blood or some shit.
I haven't left the house for 3 months. How am I going to post it?
Well, Gareth disappeared with all the prospect money.
Yeah, right. What's going on?
Matty, you might be lucky to get that, you know. And if you do, it might be the last thing you ever posted. Huh.
More questions?
Okay, I heard a track you guys were working on called Flipper. No?
Tumbleweeds.
Yeah, well, that's what... Okay. What program are you using to create music? I can tell you, he's using Cubase from about 2001. Right?
Nope.
Oh, have you upgraded?
No, I'm on the latest version.
Wow. When did that happen?
Yeah. Corona.
Also, Decaf Delirium, you are Matty X. Matty
Decaf?
Decaf Delirium. Matty, inbox me. We'll sort it out. I had it written down. I'm sorry I didn't put it on Facebook. Shit's been crazy.
Noel wants to know where his stems are.
Is that a question in the chat or?
That's he's waiting for some stems for a track to do a remix. And there are a few. Let me just a little spoiler. There's a few other people waiting for stems as well. So there might be a little something in the works, shall we say?
Ooh, smells like Remix City.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Infravox, will there be a Prospect XL? Not this year, is fucking certain.
There isn't a Prospect right now. Or nobody. Yeah.
No, I think there's going to be a. No, it's. Who even knows if we'll ever see Prospect or Gareth again? I heard that the airports opened up from Holland and he just fucked off with all of the Prospect merch to the Bahamas and he was going to live off it. Who knows?
20 quid, yeah. Well done.
He's going to be like a lucky man in the Bahamas, but like a white one selling Prospect merch on the corner, like some sunglasses. Any more questions? We've got 5 more minutes for questions, guys, and that's it. We're going to close.
Richard Cresswell says, is asking me what's planned for new music. What can we expect? So I did, like I just said, I did that weird... I did 6 tracks of it, actually, like 200 BPM footwork jungle 90s house thing that's kind of interesting. And I'm working, or I have been working on a like multi-genre EP kind of thing. Well, it's all hardcore, but it's kind of different genres takes on hardcore. So I've done like a disco track, I've done like a footwork track, I've done a Bolivian folk music track. Well, I haven't done one of those, but like different kind of genres in hardcore. That should be kind of fun. But yeah, just playing around. Going to do some more dance floor stuff. Got a few remixes on the go. That sort of stuff.
Someone's written in the chat, how do you see the future of UK hardcore techno? Any direction you'd expect the sound to go or artists to look out, for example? I know this is aimed at you, but I'd like to just say something.
Yeah, you go for it.
UK hardcore techno has been a thing for quite some time now that has been sat quietly watching and being how do I say this, the performing monkey in the arenas for many years and the Dutch festivals, but now it's becoming more and more prominent where guys like you and Hellfish and Producer, and it's becoming much more and more dominant now. And so I think the future of UK hardcore techno is really, like, I think the one word is eclectic. I think I know I'm not a producer, but I think I can speak for it.
You represent.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I think what we bring is an eclectic sound that combines everything that isn't necessarily gabba or hardcore or industrial or whatever. it's the breaking of the rules. It's the bringing of the hip hop, the drum and bass influences, the everything. That for me is what UK hardcore techno has always been and forever will be. So it's constantly reinventing and breaking its own rules. That's for me what it is. That's
and you know, for me it's about constantly trying to push the music forward, because we've got this amazing foundation of kind of where we come from and stuff like that, and it's about just continually pushing that forward. And I think someone in the Mr. Cresswell just said, you've got to branch out and pull new people, and he's absolutely right. It needs some new blood as well. It needs people snapping at the heels of the guys, because as much as I love playing the festivals and stuff, it's you see a lot of the same people over and over, and there needs some new blood coming through.
That's why I've been really
that aren't scared to
on this new blood stuff that I've been working on. To bring the new producers through. It's important. We need people to make the other people scared, make people up their game because they know other people are coming. That's how evolution happens. You have to feel like you're being chased to be better. You have to. Yeah, it's a bit, we've ve got to keep pushing this music forward and stuff. And as much as I love the stuff from the 90s and the stuff from the early 2000s and stuff, it is, you've just got to it's got to keep evolving. All those things have its space and time and stuff. And you can do homages to that. You can, respect that where you come from and stuff, but it's important to keep it moving forward, I think. Yeah. Someone's written, your opinion on artists like Envitral switching to Masters Hardcore and change their style for a more sellable style. Dude, everyone's different, right? And some people want to do this to make money. Some people want to do this because they're passionate about it. Some people are in between. And you also have to understand that there's different cultures and different backgrounds to appreciate too. So for people like us from the UK, I'm assuming that you're from the UK given this question, it's hard sometimes to contemplate the choices of Dutch artists to change their approach to their music. And this isn't necessarily about Envitral, but you have to understand that there's a massive cultural difference between where you're from and where they're from, and this isn't like a decision that they make and it's a click in their head. It's more of it's a business. It's like something when you grow up, it's like, I don't know how to articulate it better because I'm a little bit drunk. It's do you see what I mean? It's not as simple. It's not as simple as that. It's not as simple as switching to Masters of Hardcore and changing their style. It's more complex a question than that. It's to do with personality, environment, etc., etc. It's not just black and white.
And not only that, it's like what you want as an artist is different for everybody. And you've got to remember that we're still in a fairly small genre here. We're not making pop music. We're not getting, selling millions of records. Even in the mainstream Gabba hardcore stuff, it's still pretty niche. If we wanted to make, people say, why don't you make a pop record? Well, it's not that easy. But you've got guys like Dither and stuff that are kind of having a go, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean they're trying to make really kind of commercial music. And maybe they just want to appeal to as many people as possible. Maybe they just want to kind of get their music out and cross over into people that don't, listen to a lot of hardcore. And that is not a bad thing for our scene.
That's why I say also, though, it's not as black and white as they switch to this. You have to really dig deep into the different variables to understand why that's happened. It's not like people tend to think that it's their perception of it is the way. You see what I mean? Like they feel personally affected by it, and they think about how it impacts them when they should be thinking about why is that person done that because of decisions they had to make. It's not as simple as they're not a product of of what you want. They're not your tool. It's just what they're doing, you know.
Yeah. And props to anyone. You know, I've got no time for politics or bitching. You know, and I'm just like supportive of everybody that's trying to do their thing. And you got to remember that, you know, the kind of the mainstream stuff, it stays popular, it stays big, then it keeps people coming to the festivals, and it keeps us having like things like the industrial stages and stuff like that. You know, it supports us through, you know, stuff that maybe you don't like, or, you know, you're not really feeling. But if it gets out to the masses and it keeps all this scene going, because we're all a big part of it, and you've got to remember this whole thing is still, you know, fairly niche in the grand scheme of things, even though, you know, you get 20,000 at Masters of Hardcore or whatever. It's a different thing over in the Netherlands, you know. It's like when I go to the gym, it's like they play Gabba tracks and stuff, you know, along with the blaring pop songs and stuff. But yeah, if it helps the scene, if it keeps people in it, it's all good.
For sure.
Anyway, we rambled a bit on that.
Necronomicon, can we get some official Joey T DJ tutorials? No. No.
No, that's it. No. Next. Yeah.
One more question. One more good question.
I saw a couple of people ask me about plugins and samples and stuff like that. I'm just talking to someone at the moment about doing a kind of producer masterclass thing. So yeah, think I'm going to do that and talk about some kind of creative production techniques and, you know, how I write tunes and stuff like that. The Audio Sickness guy, not Audio Sickness, what are they called? Fragment guys asked me to do a sample pack. But yeah, it just takes too long. I'd rather be writing tunes. Yeah. But yeah, there's going to be some stuff happening fairly soon in that space.
Okay, great.
Cool.
All right. So
someone asked about Down with the Sickness.
What?
Someone asked about Down with the Sickness.
Okay.
I did a new version of it. I need to send. I did a new version. I'll send it over.
The Sickness is going to be released on Oblivion. Whoever asked the question.
Yep.
Also to Cam, who's messaging me freaking out about the 4-hour rule on Facebook. It's now 6 hours, so don't worry about it. Okay, so I'm going to close. Thank you to you, Greg, for being my new co-host. I'm going to take these headphones off.
It's a pleasure. I enjoyed it, man. Thanks.
Yeah, I'd like you...
I'm not quite as drunk as last time, but I am pretty drunk.
Hopefully we can do it again next time. We'll see.
I'm down.
After. You're down? Cool. So
I'm down.
Greg is the new these headphones. It's worse when I'm drunk. Greg is now the new official co-host on the Oblivion show. Great stuff.
Oh, awesome.
I don't know why I'm looking at this pad. It's got nothing useful written on it. I'd like to do some shout outs and some thanks. I'd like to thank Cam. Cam works really hard behind the scenes here at Oblivion. She does all of our graphic design. She does all of our website. She did all of the stuff for the poll, all of the graphics for the show, you know, all of the themes, checking all of my work basically, because I'm a bit of a loose cannon. I just kind of do loads of work and hope it's good enough, and I need to be reined in. So big up Cam, girl. You do
chef's kiss.
Yeah, chef's kiss. Mwah. You do a really good job, and if anyone wants a badass graphic designer, then Cam, get in touch. She's got it all: graphic design, web design, everything. She's fucking amazing. She's so amazing, sometimes it's annoying. She's that good. So Cam, babe, I love you. Thank you very much for keeping this shit the way it is, and the branding the way it is, and the design fucking awesome. You're the best. Next shout is to the moderator team and the team behind the show. So Wouter and Dean, Robert, all of those guys who helped with not only the moderation and administration of the forum and the show, but also helped us collate 1,200 releases in 2 days and put them onto our website based on the feedback. That's a fucking big job. We worked our ass off for it. Like, yeah, I mean, I worked on it, but these guys busted ass for me too. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Big ups. I'd also like to make shouts to the rest of the Oblivion crew, Steph, Francis, Renice, Ollie, Ben. I'm going to forget someone. I'm going to hate myself.
Just say all of them. All of
the Oblivion
everyone.
crew. Thank you very much. Respect. Big shout to Lenny D and Jules for helping with first of all for facilitating and doing the interview, but then helping with the edits and making 3 hours of interview down to 1 hour 20, because Lenny loves a good fucking talk.
Doesn't he?
So big up for that. Big ups to all the people that voted. Big ups to all of the followers. Who else? There's much more here.
Shout out to everybody that's done streams this year.
Yeah.
It's been Prospect Crew.
Doing all this shit. Oh, sorry. I'm talking over you. Go.
That's all right. And shout out for Stream of the Year the other day.
Yep.
Iron Fist Tournament.
Stream of the Year. Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to get a rerun of that, so we'll see how that one goes.
Yeah, good luck with that, guys. What else? I don't know what
Jesus.
else. No, fuck that guy. Dean, if I didn't shout to Dean already, I love you.
And Ant.
And yeah, I think I called that. He's part of the moderation team, but yeah, big ups, Ant. I think that's it.
That's a wrap.
That's it. Yeah, I think this was a good show. We had a good turnout. We've still got 100 people listening. So
what are they doing?
Well, they're just looking at us and listening to what we say.
Oh, yeah. No, thanks for everyone that voted in the top 20 and all that stuff, and thanks for chatting and participating and being awesome.
Yeah.
We do all this. I know it sounds corny, but we really do all this because of you guys. The people that come to the clubs, the people that buy the music, the people that support streams.
Totally.
It's you guys that keep this going. So
it's that and the fact that we love it. That's it for me. It's not. I'm not trying to get rich here. I'm doing all of this just because I fucking love it.
How's that working out for you?
It's not. I said I'm not.
Funny that, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
We love this and we love you guys. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in to another episode.
Chewing in.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of your favourite shoe.
Another golf clap. Well played, sir.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of your favourite show. This was the Oblivion Show. This is Joey T, and that was Dolphin. See you next time. Peace.
Thanks, guys. Peace.